would you break for me? Would you break a little rosary? 'Cause you're super sweet, you see. Hey there. I broke the stream again. I'm sorry, how do I put this? Without being a cliche and being like, I'm sorry that I'm not, like, terribly sorry, but I broke the stream and it was an accident. Like, without directly saying that, I'm conveying this. Like, basically, I mean to say this. And I would do better to, just speak my mind and my heart, right? But what I'm gonna do is be a cagey bitch and just allude to it. Haha. Clever. Lol. Okay, so I exhausted my local machine's memory because I accidentally caused a memory leak.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar.
Today and yesterday's timestamps are scuffed. While I finish this, I'm so sorry. There's a reason I'm doing this before I game. I apologize. I don't plan on being much longer, but I do know that I just wanted to get this done so I don't have to mouse out and do moderation on Kick. Please.
And, what is that award everyone keeps talking about? The Fell For It award? You know, they pinned that little badge.
Like, I just desperately don't want to have to mouse out and alt-tab for every little thing. So the faster I do commit to this and actually get it done, even if it takes us some time on the stream, the better it is for... Lol. I can't help myself.
On you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's story is pretty serious. Now, I love horror, okay? I've always talked about creepypastas, scary things on the internet, but I'll be real, I'm not scared of ghosts or monsters or aliens or anything of that nature, okay? Maybe aliens, but I am more scared of what human beings are able to do to each other. One of my favorite horror games is Manhunt, and that's because it's a game that focuses on what human beings do to each other, you know? Record them dying and selling it for profit. I mean, it's something that seems absurd, but it's something that can happen. It's something that has happened. Now, when it comes to the wild world of billionaires, yes, victimizing adults, children, people that are far, far more infinitesimal to you in terms of power and wealth, yeah, abusing them is kind of like a game to some of these people. And the closest we got to actually seeing that horror unfold was probably an individual known as Jeffrey Epstein. Now, you probably remember this case from years ago. He was a guy that got basically pinched for, again, the entire, human trafficking situation he was involved in, apparently, headquartered, apparently was somebody that was the ringleader of. And he was connected to some of the most powerful people in the world, okay? People from tech, like Bill Gates, people in power and politics, I would imagine the Clintons, like I would imagine Trump, like I would imagine, I think it was like Prince Charles. Anybody that was powerful and wealthy shared some connections with him. Now, for context's sake, this guy was so powerful that even if you showed up in his lists, it didn't necessarily mean that you did anything illegal, right? He was just that powerful. There was a lot of people that went through the guy, but there was also a lot of people that were really friendly with him, to the point where they went to an island. I think it was the St. James Island, right?
Oh,
an
my
island
gosh.
that he owned.
So the video's title is there's no client list. Okay, cool, whatever.
An island where a lot of evil, terrible, despicable things happened. Now, obviously, Epstein was finally arrested, sent to a federal correctional institution in Manhattan, and there he had taken his own life. Now, I want to just kind of go over some of the weird discrepancies with you. For instance, this is the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York. Now, this is a United States federal administrative detentional facility, and some would call it that it is the Guantanamo of New York. Now, a lot of people who have the skin tone that I do know a lot about Guantanamo Bay, and let me tell you, it ain't getting 5 stars.
I know about Guantanamo Bay. I don't know if anyone has, I don't pay attention to the color of the skin of the human beings. I just don't give a fuck.
On fucking TripAdvisor, okay? It's not exactly a friendly place to be in. Now, to show you how many people sort of showed up here, there wasn't a lot. But the people that did show up to this Federal Correctional Institute were some of the biggest, most powerful names you could imagine in the criminal world. People like Victor Bout, who is one of the most prolific Russian arms dealers, traded back to Russia in exchange for one of our prisoners, so to speak. There was obviously Jeffrey Epstein, brought in on a record number of sex trafficking charges, was the first recorded suicide in the actual facility in 21 years. But of course, he shared this place with Joaquin Guzman, who was by far, transferred to another large administrative facility, but they kept him here because, again, this is a facility for people that are so rich and powerful, all right, that just having them in any regular prison would be dangerous, right? Imagine if they had, anybody on their side just jumping in and breaking them out. Or it consists of people that, obviously you want to make sure that they don't take their own life because they're very important, okay? Their safety is important for finishing a case, right? It's a very important.
Yeah, people who've been coerced into states witnessing themselves. Oh, he's got the fucking Switch 2 on his desk too.
Place to be in. Now, obviously, Jeffrey Epstein did take his own life, apparently according to the actual, investigators. The federal government, basically released this photo, the DOJ, showing his cells just moments after he had actually ended himself. Now, obviously, when it came to this situation, you might be like, well, Muda, wouldn't one of the most premier jail cells in the country have some of the best security so we could better understand what was happening? Well, surprise, surprise, apparently that CCTV footage was erased by technical errors, right? So the more and more you look into it, right, what they described over here was that Epstein was moved to different cells where he died on the 10th of August. Two prison guards have been accused of failing to check on him during this time and falsifying records to say that they had. Again, very, very shady stuff to see over here, right? Like, I wonder if he really did, do himself in, or was it the actual byproduct of other people, offing him, right? Like, who really knows? Who really is going to be given the evidence? So apparently the requested videos no longer exists on the backup systems and have not since at least August 2019 as a result of technical errors. And the requested videos were made by a lawyer for, again, a former police officer who shared a cell with Epstein in July and is charged with homicide in a completely unrelated case. Now, again, this story is filled with so many twists and turns that down the road, I guess that actual footage did come out. And a lot of these publications...
Okay, so I'm setting the environmental variable for CMake args. So CUDA should be enabled. Okay. Upgrading pip. Oops. There's the in and Python's gone. There you go. Oops, uppercase. Llama, C++, Python. And then we'll read our requirements, but that should be in my requirements. I shouldn't need to do that. No, that should be in my requirements.txt. Never mind. Oh, I see why. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't fucking care. Nope, doing what I want. Doing it my way.
Got 10-hour CCTV footages of this jail cell. But there was a catch in this story as well, as there always is. This jail cell footage didn't contain every single minute, especially the most important times of what happened during this case. What's interesting about this too is, like, when you look very carefully at this jail footage, right, there are actually entire minutes that have been like just mysteriously disappeared from this, right? So for instance, right here at 11:58:39 p.m., just watch what happens to the actual time code on the recorded tape. So let me just forward it a little bit just so we can get there. And of course, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and boom.
Sorry, I went to the wrong scene. I was curious about something else as well. I could just take the count and look up.
Footage, right? There are actually entire minutes that have been like just mysteriously disappeared from this, right? So for instance, right here at 11:58:39 p.m., just watch what happens to the actual time code on the recorded tape. So let me just forward it a little bit just so we can get there. And of course, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and boom, it just cuts to, and of course, 5,
okay, so yeah,
7,
2 minutes leave.
Like, well, Muda, and boom, it just cuts to 12:05 a.m.
Yeah, I think the thing that's more shocking is that the camera's position is changing slightly. Like, I think that's honestly more of it for me. That's how Muda's capturing it. Okay. Look at it. It's how he's capturing. That's all. Maybe? I don't know. I think it's how he's capturing it. I think that's just how he happens to have his YouTube set up. Because, like, when it's down, things are positioned. When the play bar is gone, it scales differently, right? So it's clearly something to do with the play bar and some cropping shit that he's doing for whatever, how he decided to edit this in. So he's likely got like a set size box. He had to likely pull it to fix the res. It got a little crunchy. Let's see. But the font switches over a lot. I don't know. Like the font's a reasonable change, but it's that it goes from like really, really clear and clean, very opaque white, to a bit muddy when he has the play bar open, is it? So then it should be fine. And it looks like it's just that he's scaling it differently, right? Yeah. Thank you. I exhausted the memory on my computer. I don't want to get into it right now. Anywho's, so it looks like he's done that. I think. That's cool. I start dissecting random other YouTubers like editing shit.
7,
I can't help it.
8, 9, and boom, it just cuts to 12 a.m. Now, you might be like, well, Muda, why is this so odd to you? It's odd because, again, this is supposed to...
Because, like, if you look here, you'll see that it looks muddy, but if you check at the top, you'll see that it's still not muddy. And it's like, I bet if we go forward again, it's the whole pause play thing. When it's paused, when it's playing, rather, it has those, like, dots on the top of it. That's on his UI. I don't know what the fuck plugin that is.
Just so we can get there. And, of course, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, and boom, it just cuts to 12 a.m. Now, you might be like, well, Muda, why is this so odd to you? It's odd because, again, this is supposed to be a full 10-hour CCTV footage that is released. Anytime a minute is missing, I don't know what doors open and who goes in and out. I don't know what's happening, okay? This clearly isn't the entire picture that has been offered. And it's these kind of discrepancies that are worth pointing out, especially if you want people to, like, actually think for themselves, right? Again, I think it's pretty evident that you know that I don't
think we were ever offered it in full. I think we were told we might receive it, and I think we've been holding on to straws, but I don't believe we were ever directly told by anyone with the authority to do so. Like, randos on the internet, that's one thing. But has there been one authoritative mention of we will ever get to read the corpus of this and watch the entirety of it? Like, I just feel like this is a thing that has not, like, I'm detached from shit. I don't, like, I might have a Twitter now, but I barely fucking use it. I don't know about this in particular, and this has been like a constantly torn apart thing, right? That's all.
Really think that there is actually any real I don't,
like, presumably Reddit and Twitter have torn this apart.
I don't believe the government
Are you going to cover that?
Comes to it.
Do we have any of it?
Now, the reason why the story has jumped up is apparently, according to the Justice Department, they said that, yeah, he actually did die by, suicide. And that could actually be the reality. But what's shocking is they say that there is no client list. Now, this is where I have to call shenanigans, okay?
Shenanigans.
Because literally earlier this year...
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. I call shenanigans, my guy. I call the shenanigans, brother. All the shenanigans, my dude. Bro. Shenanigans, brother. Shenanigans, my guy. Shenanigans, duder. Shenanigans, guy. Shenanigans, goddammit. Damn right. Shenanigans. God dang it. I'm not sorry. I'm this way because someone allowed me to be. What a terrible misstep.
One of the biggest things that I was seeing floating around was obviously the government wanted to release a lot of information on Jeffrey Epstein. So the Attorney General of the United States, Pamela Bondi, okay, now to give you an idea what the Attorney General is...
Pamela. It's a pretty name.
Just before anybody who doesn't live in America doesn't know this, this is the head of the United States Department of Justice, and they serve as a chief LEO of the federal government. They are the top cop in the country. So again, it's understandable that the top cop has access to information that you and I will never have access to.
Oh yeah. Also, but at least when the FBI discloses stuff, they'll say why they can and cannot make certain statements. They'll like actually give you the background as to why they can't make, they will let you know to what they might have reviewed to come to an inference. So they'll say we reviewed patterns between like exit nodes or patterns between like command and control nodes utilized in a campaign, and it correlated with like other campaigns who were attributed to X and Y, right? So they'll give you some like nice loose thing. I really like those. Just give me the explanation of how we got to where we got.
Just because of the
those are my favorite things.
Situation that they're in, just because of the security clearance.
Also, this is first phase of declassified Epstein files. You'd presume that it's gonna, like, you'd presume anything further is going to be even more heavily litigated on if it actually, like, the appropriate form of litigation and that they're going to have like a trial, likely, to determine if we get to see shit, you'd presume. And that might be a closed session in the Senate for all we know, or something otherwise. I would expect it to get more and more faulty, fickle, and bullshit as time goes on, because you're looking at what might be a very fast turn, easy to approve list of things to release, as opposed to things that might have to be hard fought and bleached clean to get. I don't know. I feel like this is likely to, like, I don't know, and I really am not too involved in, like, caring. Like, I'm interested, but I'm not gonna be seeking this out viciously or anything, right? Like, I definitely presume that anything that is worth, like, being a nerd about is more likely to come out the further we are from the end of this. Because I feel like at the end of it, it's going to be strong concessions for information disclosure, probably seasoned by bad experiences in the front.
Is given. So,
galvanized against by people who feel wronged.
Again, apparently, they released in February 2025 a whole slew of evidence and flight logs and information that anybody could look through. I looked through this myself. Now, the thing about all this information that, again, Pam Bondi provided was none of this was new information. This was phase one that even influencers close to the government were touting as like, hey, these are files that are released. Nothing here was actually new. All of this information was stuff that if you really cared about this, you would have already known. For instance, this contact book was something that we had seen years prior to the government releasing phase one of these files. Now, you'd be like, okay, maybe something new is coming out in phase two. And it didn't, okay? But what did actually come out was when the government said that there was no client list, there was actual evidence, apparently, as of like a week ago, where Pam Bondi was saying that she was reviewing tens of thousands of videos apparently related to Jeffrey Epstein. So in one hand, there's apparently 1,000 victims, okay? But now there's no client list. What, did he just do things himself? Maybe it's a semantic thing. Maybe the government says there's no client list. To that I ask, is there a blackmail list? You know what I mean? Now, I'm not an American.
Is there a victim list? Is there a ledger? Is there a bill of lading from the times that we've been told people might have been trafficked? Like, I don't fucking know. There's so much more to ask, but we're not gonna get that easily.
Citizen, I just give a shit pot of money to the Internal Revenue Service, so I feel like I have to, I feel like in some cases maybe I should be entitled to some information, right? Just by proxy. But anyways, I think if you are an American citizen, I think if you are a citizen of the country, you should be asking the same questions I am, just by a factor of 10. Because ultimately, you know, this is justice for victims, obviously, right? There's a lot of people that have been victimized in this, hundreds of them. And realistically, what this shows is that they're...
Okay, trying to build it one last time, then we're gonna go play games.
Bravery in coming out actually mattered fucking all. Because now that the people that have victimized them, the clients, which we all know there are, have basically been exonerated, you know, no information about them is ever going to apparently seemingly come out, they can now actually bring the pain back to the victims because their bravery in speaking out all but sealed their foot in the grave, so to speak, right? Because they were kind of assuming that the law was going to help them out. The law did not, in fact, help them out. The law, in fact, covered...
I'm watching my memory consumption because I'm like, did VS Code really eat itself? Probably.
Everything up here. And one of the reasons why I personally 100% believe they covered this up is back in February 2025, the Attorney General of the United States, who now their office is basically saying, yeah, by the way, there is no client list. She said the client list was sitting on her desk at that fucking moment, bro.
Humanity.
What a lying fuck.
Sorry, Dark Souls is stuck in my head again.
Fucking bitch. Jesus Christ. You know, this kind of stuff really infuriates me because it's almost as if like they think we're fucking brain dead. They think we're actually fucking dung eaters.
I mean, would they be wrong? Is my quandary to you, sir. The loathsome dung eater. Also, that man's based. I don't know what you're talking about.
We have no idea. And we can
like,
just...
Dung Eater is trying to go for, like, pure equality brought through strife and bloodshed, yes. But Dung Eater's goal is still equality. And in contrast to America, Queen America, who is also going to be vicious and brutal along her campaigns. I'd much rather have faith in Dung Eater to force equality on those bitches than whatever the fuck else is going on.
We could just Google her name, client list, and these actual recorded pieces of articles still exist, okay? So when they asked, right, about that client list, she's like, it's sitting on my desk right now to review. Bondi told America Reports, that's been a directive by President Trump. Okay, all right. Fair enough. This should be declassified. That was actually the one thing I was excited to see, right? It's one of the things that I wanted to see released. If there was somebody, no matter how powerful they are, committing a crime, they should have...
Yeah, everyone should have a day in court. No matter how fucked up you think the crime is, they get court. No matter how big they are, they get court. No matter how little they are, they get court. No matter what they subscribe to, court.
Have this information revealed. You should not be protected by the people we pay every year, by the people we elect to protect us from actual evil. But no, in this case, evil actually won. And
there is no evil. There's lazy words in which we call things evil when we can point to the exact things that man did and why they're inappropriate, such as trafficking, when people might be under coercion being even a suspicion. Like, if you can want to point to them, then you can. But, like, saying it's evil is just kind of lazy.
That's the sad part about this story, right? That's one of the reasons...
Like, fuck it, chat, I'm saying it. The most clever folks I know don't use words like idiot, stupid, evil, or a vast corpus of slurs. Most of the brilliant people that I know just don't do that. So... not saying anyone's not brilliant if they do it. However...
reasons why I wanted to make this video, because I've been following this since its inception. I may not have covered every single detail of the Epstein case. I really just cover this stuff when something huge drops. And what's more huge than the government going back on their entire statement and saying, oh yeah, by the way, I have a client list on my desk. Oh, also it doesn't exist. Which one is it? Did you lie back in February, or are you lying now? Like, that's the question I think everyone is asking in the story. But yeah, I don't think you should, as a person, sit down and think what the government is saying is 100% true here. I think all of this is just blackpilling. I've always said, like, hey, report everything to the FBI if you find some if you find some bad situations going on. And I do still stand by it, like, obviously report it. But when you see the same federal agency, you know, tout that they're going to declassify this crazy shit, but then at the final minute when there's...
GPU number of layers is still 0. Oh my gosh, golly
supposed
gee.
to, they just back out, renege, and say it doesn't exist. How can you trust this government? How can you trust when there is so much going against Epstein, when there's so much going against the people that he was fraternizing with, right? The people that had come to the island, when there was so much of the circumstantial stuff, when you really needed the federal government to bring up the actual evidence, why is it all gone? I really personally think no matter how powerful you are, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, it doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you are, once you get to a level of wealth and power, you are all in the same bed together. And especially if you've been fraternizing with this guy and actually committing illegal actions. Because at that point, you really have to protect yourself. Rich people will do any...
If you've been fraternizing with him, just rat on yourself. Like, hi, with love and respect. Easy. Just do it.
Anything they can to protect themselves, regardless of the cost of human life, at least from what it seems to me. This has been one of the most disgusting things that I've seen out there, and there's not much more that I can say other than everyone fell for it. And if you're somebody that's going to accept the...
Oh wait, new top score. Sick. Sorry.
Government sweeping
I was
this,
like fighting
then I don't think you can ever really be outraged by any other case of human trafficking, whether it be this, whether it be Diddy, whether it be whatever. You know, these are cases that draw our attention because for the first time, humans can, in this...
I mean, it's 2025 and the Vatican is still doing a good job at getting reparations for the child victims of sexual abuse at the hand of the church. Let's hear it for the Vatican, who's getting reparations from the fucking whole of, from the people, like, who's giving reparations to victims. Like, 2020 fucking 4. This shit happened. I'm just gonna say it once more. Shout the fuck out to the Vatican for fucking trying. Wasn't that hard, was it?
In this world we live in, see some actual semblance of justice done. But when that justice gets completely gutted and thrown to the side, there is nothing more blackpilling than that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and yeah, can't trust anyone in the government. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like
You just can't trust people. I mean, you should trust people in some capacity, but like, let's be fucking real. Why would you trust people?
dislike it. I am out.
Said this bitch quizzically. Like, let people earn their trust daily. Let them replenish it. Let's play a game for a bit. I'm tired of like trying to fuck with this. Let's see. Does my Docker container work? It does. Actually, it does. No, that's the thing. It actually does. Yeah. No, it works. The GPU isn't working, but everything else is working. So I don't really care. That's fine. Whatever. I need to like make a note to myself as make sure that a key wasn't on screen. Ow. Owie. You want to watch more 8 year ago stuff while I get my game started? It's 8 minutes. It's 8 years ago.
Our two-handed
Man's in shorts. You gotta respect a man in shorts, you know? Alright, cool beans. Good job, good job, good job. Let's see. Nope, that's fine, everything's fine. Keep it in debug mode for now. Interface works, that's fine. Here. Interface works, that's fine. Get out of here. Sometimes I just paste things into it, and it's cute, and it holds things for me. It's adorable. Don't look at the debugger pin. Not that you can connect to this. Not that you can connect to this anyway. But still, you ought not to. And you know you ought not to. It's not appropriate. Don't do it. Anywho's, give me another PowerShell. That'll do. There's this. There's this. Okay, cool. Now, all I need to do is be a loving to myself person and make it boop a message at me from like literally any platform. And then I can see if it tries to moderate me. It should be passing everything correctly. Anything left to sew together should be done in StreamerBot right now. Social stream work is done. VS Code should be gunned. Like maybe not, because I still write stuff in here, right? But like we're mostly put together. I can go play video games now. The downside is it's not using my GPU to do AI, which is kind of lame, and here's why. That actually helps with rendering for recording and streaming. So actually, let me shut up and accept that I'm wrong. Hold on. Let's see. Let's check my little baby containers. Why does it say unhealthy? Just clear. Is it because it's failing its health check? Oh, probably. Interval timeout. Let's do it. Interval is every. Let's do a timeout of 3 seconds. Every literally 3 seconds. Let's do 5 of them. We'll have 15 seconds of health check before it declares itself in a bad state. I guess. I think that's silly, but I don't care. I don't have to do all of this anymore. I can if I'm right, I don't have to pass that to just like append like the update here. That should just be like a thing that's passed to the like little Babel thingies. View in Docker, open config, configuration, can fuck you. What's enable watch do? Sure, buddy. Hold on. What now?
great sword is the biggest sword we make. But don't let its size fool you, as there's nothing awkward or clumsy about this awesome sword. Sure, it's big, and meant to be carried over the shoulder in a scabbard instead of on a belt or baldric, but it's extremely well balanced and easily wielded by people of larger stature and physical strength.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. I need to check my containers one last time because I don't want to be wrong. Model downloader can exit. That's fine. It's actually done. Actually, it can get away. I don't use the model downloader anymore. It no longer depends on this. I don't know why it says unhealthy. I'm too ignorant. I thought it was my health check. I can go check in a little bit. I don't know. Da, 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 dun, da, da. I don't know. This is our hope. Is it port 5000 locally is about to save my life? Let's see. I have no clue. So it should spin up the model once, which should have the biggest CPU penalty. But as soon as it's spun up and initialize, I give it like sample data and everything first. I crush it pretty hard. It should be fine. I don't know if a test message is gonna work, but let me send like 4 of them really fast and see if that spikes it. A little bit. A little bit for little tits. Sorry, there's like a town called Lil Tits. I don't know if you know this. There's like legit a town called Lil Tits. And I've been like laughing about this off and on all day. I don't have Discord on right now. I can show you, but I have to open Discord.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Mayor of whom? Mayor of... I don't know. The fuck? Oh, of Little Tits? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's a town called Little Tits. Small Town Murder, episode 115. Little Tits, Pennsylvania, where 2 homeschooled kids find what they think is love, which leads to some very non-church sanctioned activities, like sex, lies, burial, murder. This one is a head shaker. That's how fucking James Patrigallo read that one in when I heard this on Small Town Murder, episode 115, Lil Tits, Pennsylvania. Hold on, this meme goes deep. Unfortunately, I have so much context. I am the context wagon. They typed activist. Sanctions activities. I don't care, it says activities now. Fuck you! It says what I say it says. Here, just authentic feeling. Let's show you what it actually feels like for this lovely man to announce it.
This week in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, 2 sheltered kids find what they believe is love, leading to Shakespeare-level murder. Welcome to Small Town Murder.
Lil Tits. Lil Tits. Lil Tits.
It's Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'll do properly by them. My timestamps are super scuffed today, so this is a really shitty day to be like, fuck, my timestamps are scuffed. But like legit, my timestamps are scuffed today, I'm sorry. I just really like this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wissman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us on another crazy, wild edition of Small Town Murder.
Yes.
It's going to be crazy again this week. It is. And I understand in the beginning the pronunciation of this town. We'll you know what? Let's save it for a minute. We'll do house cleaning, then we'll get into this. Right?
Okay.
We're closed out the comedy festival there. That was a big group came.
They close out big ass shows.
It was awesome. So
I say support these dudes.
please get on there, Apple business purposes to help people. And listen to there. It is insane. And
Go try that. And she absolutely
we get that all the time. I know that is very easy to do. Right? It's about an hour and 45 minutes. Not fly. Well, it's far. We can't drive. We're going all the way to Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So we're not. Yeah.
That's a distance.
It's a drive.
Yeah.
It's definitely a drive. We're going to. It's Littitz, Pennsylvania, and I think it's Littich. I think is how you text.
Lil Tits.
Because it's a German thing, but it's Lititz.
Nope.
So it's Lil Tits.
Yeah, it is.
It's Lil Tits, Pennsylvania. I'm
Lil
sorry. Everyone, I'm sure, if it wasn't such an Amish area and heavily religious area, everybody would call it Lil Tits.
Yeah.
It's, it would say it on the postcard from Lil Tits. That would be their thing because they'd have nothing else.
Yeah.
It's in southeastern Pennsylvania.
Okay, so just by the way, that is what, like, when all of y'all were watching this 9 year ago, like, H3 content, etc., like, and having fun with your Idubian person, before he became either too or not enough woke, depending on who the fuck you are, I was just jamming out to, like, Small Town Murder, Crime and Sports, just chilling, having a good old time. I like their content. It's really fun. Like, they never talk shit on victims. They just talk shit on murderers and bumbling police forces who fucked up. That's all. No victims get shit talked in the making of that true crime story.
Keep it up. I'm proud of you.
Nice. It's very nice. I got it. I got the audio. I got it. Fight me. I'm busy doing 10 billion things at a time.
To overlook, in my opinion, the efficiency and power, and I even say majesty of this great sword.
That's a nice cut of meat you got hanging on there from that slab.
It's a nice
buddy.
cut.
What are you gonna do with all that meat, guy? Nice chub and tuck too, by the way. That's what we call the Ninja Warrior chub and tuck, dude. And this guy is taken to the next level. You bringing chub and tuck to athleticism and fear and dexterity. It's called the Ninja Chub and Tuck, guys. See, the big boys, they would chub and tuck, and that way they had a very good center of gravity. They could tuck and roll. That's when you tuck up and then you roll. It's a really nice move, dude. And this guy to athleticism and fear and dexterity. It's called the Ninja Chub and Tuck, guys. See, the big boys.
Sorry, as a
they would
gymnastics
chub and
nerd.
tuck, and that way they had
An
a
eternal
very
gym nerd.
good center of gravity. They could tuck and roll.
Hold on.
That's when you tuck up and then you roll. It's a really nice move, dude. And this guy, as you can tell,
Like, leave the orientation of the body. The depressingly sad part is it's kind of close.
all in black is
The orientation of the body is kind of garbo.
the
That's about it,
ultimate
though.
Chub and Tuck
That's it.
Ninja Warrior.
That's it.
Let's see what he can do with all that meat.
That's all.
Whoa! Look at that, dude! Fuck that meat up, dude! Yeah! Fuck that meat up!
Flick, 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 flick. And up comes a part, 20 pounds of beef.
What is he slicing? Cinnamon sticks? Oh, we fucked up the cinnamon sticks, dude! Shit! This guy's the real deal. Look at the tie, dude. The tie is like, it's the perfect circumference of his gooey center, dude. He's got the body rolls and the tie just perfectly measures it out, dude. I love that. Love, dude. I can't tell if it's too short or too long. Something's going on with that tie and it's really fucking majestic. It's a little bit more magic than the sword. I know I'm supposed to be looking at the sword, but that tie, what's happening with that tie, Hila? Is it too short or too long?
I'd say too short.
Is it too short? But then, like, he's doing a really high tuck. So if it was longer, it shouldn't be past your belt. That's the problem. He's chubbing too high. And his tie is suffering the consequence.
Okay, I had to quickly give it a little interface for the health check, which that's fine. It didn't have that. That's not great. Oops. So now it has a route for a health check. That's great. Easy. So we can return a 200. That's nice. That's great,
What the fuck?
I guess.
Dude, you guys need to tone it down a little bit.
Fine.
What's with the fucking pig head, dude? What is this, Lord of Flies? This shit just got a little bit too weird for me, dude. The slab of meat, I was on board with the slab of meat, but the fucking pig head, dude? What exactly are you trying to convey here? Ah! What the fuck, dude? Ah! Oh, what? Dude! That was pretty dope, actually. Cut right through his skull. That was cool, dude. I can
Thanks.
actually see that being really useful in my life.
Probably. What is
A
it?
fucking
Not
boot.
RM.
Have you ever wanted to cut
Stop.
through a boot before?
There it is.
Well, now you can do it with the Chubbutuck Samurai Warrior Super Long Sword Cold Steel Longsword.
The fuck?
I believe you, dude. You can cut through that boot.
Why is that?
What? There's fucking meat in the boot. There's meat in the fucking boot.
There's
shoved
meat in the
in
boot.
the boot. Like, how much
Ew.
more resistance can a fucking steak add to a sword cut? They just did that to weird me
Fuck with
out,
you.
dude. Like, the
Probably.
boot cut was cool, dude. Why did you have to put the steak in the boot?
Probably because they chose to. And why not?
What is
It
wrong
fucks
with
with
these
you.
people? Someone
It
actually took a
fucks with you
steak
when it was funny
and
to them.
shoved it in the fucking foot of a boot. And then that's not enough.
Yeah.
You have to cram it into the foot part. He crammed the fucking steak. Look at this, dude! Someone shoved steaks in a boot. What the fuck? And it's so unexpected. It's just like a boot. You're like, cool, dude. You're gonna cut the toe off the boot. But there's a fucking steak in the boot. Steak in the boot. Can we just take a minute to reflect on the fact that they put a fucking steak in the boot?
No.
Put a steak in the boot.
No, they
Steak in the
didn't.
boot.
You're
That's
silly.
a sight,
Stop
by the way,
lying.
for the record, that I never expected to see in my life. This is just one of those times where I just like wasn't ready to see what I was looking at. Steak in the boot, dude. It's a steak in the boot. Classic.
What the hell is this?
What? What is it?
There's like There's like steak in the boot.
Yeah, dude. Steak
Why?
in the boot.
Did you put it here?
It's steak in the boot. That's where I keep my steaks.
What?
I believe
Yeah, dude.
It stinks. How long has it been here?
It's been in there
How
like a
dare
week.
you
I was
say it
wondering how long it was going to
stinks.
take you to find it,
So
dude.
gross. Why in my boot?
It's steak in the boot, dude. It's classic. Come on.
Like, first off, how dare you accuse the boot of being stank or the steak in the boot of being stank? First off, I have thought you have had pretty okay style this whole time. That's some classless shit. Very unclassy. Not demure. Not demure.
Ew.
Well, for the first time, Mrs. Klein has lost swag points. First time. Happened today, y'all. From me, at least. My swag points are hard to lose. But just happened.
Is there going to be steak in that fucking bamboo shoot? I'm going to be disappointed unless there's just pieces of meat and everything they cut up now. No meat, dude. No meat. Not impressed.
Damn, bro. Hell yes. Like, yo. Bruh. Oh, those are boots that have indeed. Those are still. For a moment, I thought those were not those. For a moment, I actually had to question if this was another prop.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Fuck that water up. Fuck
That's what's up, man. This is like watching Mail Call with the gunny shooting watermelons, but with a sword. I like it.
Water up, dude.
Cozy.
Fuck that water, dude.
Is this good? Debug my fucking Docker Compose 2 shit.
Hell yeah.
What's up again?
Hell
That's
yeah,
nice.
dude. You fuck that water up.
If you're strong enough to wield a great sword, it's an enormous advantage in any fight.
I have to ask, dude, are you aware of what year it is? People don't walk around with swords
not
anymore,
really.
dude. People don't use swords in fights anymore. It's not... Do you think he knows that? I'm not sure he knows that.
I've got my logs up.
More pigs. You made your point, dude. How many pig heads are you gonna cut off, dude? You made your point. This video doesn't need to be 9 minutes long, dude. You already sliced up like 10 fucking...
Oh, thank fuck. I've got my logs open, and I've got my fucking memory heuristics for this virtual machine. How is it using 11 gigs of memory? I know how it is. I just don't like accepting it. I'm sending a test or two so I can check if it like catches it. It shouldn't bother those. Those should be fine. I actually don't think those are working. I actually have to go into a place. There, I'll type testing bot moderation and I'll see what it says. And then I can type any old fucked up thing on Kick. I'll just type a terrible thing the bot has to destroy there. Fuck it. If it works, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Easy chat.
This is so obscene. Only in America, dude. Only in America.
What more can I do to convince you to buy a great sword? Buy Cold Steel's great sword. You'll praise my name. You're gonna love this sword.
Like, this is gonna need to store a variable for me. Like, holy shit. Or it's gonna have to do something, because this... Oh, wait, no, it should have it in the log file. Why am I not reading this? Open log folder. Wait, where? There's like so many of these. Sort by date modified, brother. Thank you. May I have some oats, my guy? Wait, what? Oh no, this is today. Are they per day? That's wild. I like that. That's handy. That's quite cool. I can get down with that. You know, storing my logs by the day. Is that today's date? Oh, that's today's date. That's nice.
Alright, dude, you're trying to make a sale of me. You're doing a hard sell here, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna tell you what I think until you get some of that sword. Take it apart, put it in a furnace, melt it down. You got aluminum, you got steel, you got a lot of valuable metals there. Build something else. Anything else with it. Sold, dude. I'm yours. I'm on it. Thank you for the purchase. I appreciate that. I'm going to buy your product.
Our two-handed great sword is the biggest sword we make. But don't let its size fool you, as there's nothing awkward or clumsy about this awesome sword. Sure, it's big, and meant to be carried over the shoulder in a scabbard instead of on a belt or baldric. But it's extremely well balanced and easily wielded of people of larger stature and physical strength.
Dude, what was that? Did you just have a stroke?
And who's saying these things directly to you, and they're
I'm just clobbering I just overwrote the whole log file with my own log file because I don't care. Here, let me see. I had to buy a pest. I'm going to make YouTube help me test it this time. Before I do the fucked up funny thing I'm gonna have to use the other platform for. Okay, cool. I see my whole like list of events. It actually works appropriately up until the point that, like, how do I put this? The message comes in, social stream processes it. It enqueues an action to send it to a place. It gets processed, popped out as JSON. Chat data gets yielded. It produces a text called from the logging facility social stream, which is me testing a bot thing, which is a really weird thing I left in there historically. It sets things up to the logger queue. Okay, there's an ad that it had to notify me about awkwardly. That's fine. But what? Like, wait. Isn't it supposed to... What? Oh, wait. It queues AI moderation. Okay. It's handling the queue. Performing non-blocking. It should do a blocking thing. Wait, shouldn't it? Running default entry point. Okay, is this again? No, this is not this. Okay, cool. It's not returning anything. That's okay. That's fine. I got this. I'll do it later. Fuck it. I said I'll do it later. I've been saying we're gonna do like gaming for hours. I'm just checking on Docker. Is it eating itself? It's sent like only kilobytes of data. It's still eating up 11 gigabytes of memory to hold an 8 gigabyte language model in memory, and also its fucking experiences to this moment, so that's fine. Holy shit, let's see. Let's see. If I go to the logs tab.
To make a vlog today,
It's returning 200, it's like it's actually working.
Been on a bike ride through New York City, and we wanted to explore the city on bike. We just stopped in to get a quick bite here at this sandwich place, and it's fucking pouring rain outside. But the truth is, dude, when you got work to do, you got work to do, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's that I'm looking for a variable called mod result. It's looking for the result of its attempt at moderating, and it's not able to get that. That's what's going on. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Is this... What is this? This is... AI moderation. Okay, that's fine. Then if I go into models, snips, streamerbot stuff, it should be this file, right? Because it's going to deal with chat sanitization, yep, message sanitization, and passing the thing over. I don't think it changed, but in case it did, that's where I fixed it.
This is chaos, dude.
Okay.
Flooding, people running for their lives. Dope. I mean, this is just chaos, dude. The kebab man was putting his...
I disabled banning for the moment. If it tries to ban, it's going to instead just like, shit. Yeah, instead of banning, it's going to just delete message IDs for the moment, so...
Sody pops away. This is madness, dude.
Sanitization.
How do we do this?
I don't know. Don't show my credit card, dealer. We got fucking hackers on my ass all day. Wait, wrong card. Elon, stop trying to show my credit card. What's wrong with you, dude? Stop, Elon. What are you, a hacker? Whose team are you on, man? It's your money, too. Shit. If you guys are wondering about this sick-ass code, got him.
I'm trying to think, and my brain is, like, holding on itself right now. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I kind of spaced on what I was doing. It's not returning anything. There we go. If I can fix that quickly, then we're good. If not, I don't care. Fine. Okay.
Damn, dude, I haven't been on a bike in so long. I'm pretty excited. It's a beautiful day, too, by the way, if I didn't mention. Okay, play
everything
dope
else
music
works.
now. Put on the dope music.
Like, legitimately, everything ought to work but the C# interface. The tiny chance is that the Python scripts that it calls is busted, but I highly doubt it.
KC Vlogs here, guys. Put on dope music here. Hila, careful. I'm only riding with one hand. Put on dope music. Wait, stop. Why are you doing that? Sick rain vlogs, dude. Look back, do some dope shit, dude.
It sounds nice. Alright, there we go. It's mostly empowered to do itself. It needs to read my whole code base.
Stop. What are you laughing?
Have my
the
file
Audio
system
Pro
for a
bike rider
second so
all
I
of a
can
sudden?
read. I'm just legitimately going to tell it to read something and tell me if it finds a copy of a thing I have that's busted. Make sure this is... So I needed to make sure that the variables are all not camel cased. Got it.
That was sick. You gotta play that back for me, Hila.
They have to deep fry it or else YouTube will like get mad at them. By the way, in case you were fucking curious. Let's see. Try get arg. Let's do try get arg. That should be the only one. Okay, hold on. I'm just putting my notes together so I can't forget. So we'd want try get arg, which incorporates both set and try get. And I need my example, so I don't space. And this is here. Okay, cool beans. Okay. Thank you. Oops, let me grab this too. Thank you.
So sick. I'm in the wrong profession. I think I need to become
Damn
a pro
right, brother.
BMXer.
Damn right.
BX.
BMer. I'm already a pro bowel movementer. Did you see
Me
that
too.
skit out though earlier?
Like, honestly, I'm the one that reminds people that I'm fairly sure that humans should be able to defecate in like 15 seconds, and that we all fail to is us being trash and eating trash.
I didn't really notice.
Yeah, right. I heard you scream like, woo! Woo! Dude, if I didn't know better, something happened to you when I did that skit out. Have you heard of extreme sports, X Games? Back in the 90s.
Like ESPN?
X Games, not ESPN. It's a completely different league. ESPN is for fucking shit like baseball. X Games, Extreme Games. The X stands for extreme. It's capitalized and all the other letters are smaller than the X, just to tell you how extreme it is. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. This is X Sports. This is extreme sports. It's about popping wheelies. It's about skating out in the rain, dude. X Games?
There it is.
It's about riding backwards, dude. You see that? So don't be talking about ESPN. Don't embarrass yourself. Come on, Hila, let's ride.
Damn right. Alright, hold on. Pass guard right.
Left! You just got passed.
Brain, where were we failing last? Sure.
So this is one of my favorite spots in New York City in Harlem. We just rode our bikes up here. There's this massive cathedral on a hilltop here, and I think it's called St. John the Redeemer.
The Divine?
The Divine. St. John the Divine. It was built by
model interface
Jonathan
is called by server, and let's say this should be able to return results. Yes, and result gets returned. Okay, cool. So it's being propagated up. And then let's say I use it with the clients, which sends a web request. Okay. Yeah, I've lost the point.
Jafari in 1852, also better known as JonTron.
John and his birds.
But actually, it's such a beautiful site. I love it here. Such a beautiful view overlooking the field and shit. So why don't we hop up and check out the cathedral? Am I allowed in cathedrals? I feel like when I walk up to a cathedral, God's like, are you serious?
Well, you just say, I'm sorry.
Just say sorry?
Yeah.
Just before I walk in? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, dog.
That works.
Cool. You can come in my cathedral now. But what am I talking about? It's John's place anyway. Me and John are cool.
Okay, and then...
Let's bounce. Ooh, you can feel that fupa burning, boy. You can feel that fupa burning right away. Yeah. Right? See ya! Ooh, yeah, boy!
What do you think about this?
It's a little demonic, dude. It's a little dark for the Cathedral Garden, don't you think, St. John? I'm gonna have to speak to John tonight about maybe redoing that.
What was he thinking?
John, what the fuck, dude? You really fucked up. This isn't a video game. This is a cathedral, dog. You gotta be more serious when you're making this shit.
True.
This place is beautiful, though.
Force rebuild it.
Looks like one of these puzzles.
All right, it's gonna peg my CPU again, but I'd rather make it rebuild, and I think it's fixed right now. If you ask me what's fixed, I'd almost have forgotten, but it's gonna be that I wasn't propagating the result of the check far enough. So let me words. I was doing everything that I ought to throughout other parts of the script, but when it got to the interface that assembles the virtual environments and does here, am I on this one right now? Can I take you there? Here. As I get to the get out of here, finish building my container. Thank you, buddy. So as I get to the point where we start building all of our virtual env stuff so I don't have to. This is a very lazy bitch way to go, I assure you. This is peak lazy bitch. If you've ever wanted to see peak lazy bitch, this is indeed peak lazy bitch. How is this peak lazy bitch, you might ask? Because we're going to be building our path regardless of what OS we're on, so I don't have to do this twice. Even though presently, thankfully, though I can run this as a standalone service, like just running Python, I'd rather push it through something. We're having fun. We have fun here. It's great. Fret not. This is just the interface for like doing the rest though. Like its goal is to like explicitly like make everything else work. You know, force the Python path depending on whatever system it is. Like who cares? We'll make it work. Doot. Price connection error and timeout. Okay. Cool beans. Great. That's all. We're back.
You put together as a kid. It's crazy. See, I didn't know we had this kind of shit in New York, in America. Yeah. We got cathedrals here. Everyone talks shit like, oh, Americans have no culture. Cathedral, dude. Fucking suck it.
Okay, closing VS Code. I should be done. I forgot to copy it to the... Fuck. I forgot to do that. Copy paste. There we go. Compile. Save and compile.
Take a look at this fucking place, dude. This is where JonTron lives. Can you believe the ego on this guy? Can you believe the ego on JonTron?
John the Divine.
Like, get real, dog. Do you really think you're entitled to this? Look at the work on the door. John, can you please be more modest about yourself, dog? You're just a YouTuber. It's not that serious. Like, seriously. Chill out. All right, so I'm gonna go try to get in and see what's up.
Oh, by the way, I am knowingly pegging my CPU right now. Give it a sec. Okay, cool. Language model spun up. It takes a little bit of a hit at the start, but then it kind of baselines down pretty well and pretty quickly. It's just that it has to do initiation, warm-up, and training.
Welcome to Papa's house.
Some like quick reinforcement shit. Alright. The message I just typed ought to let me test this. If I click on AI moderation, mod result still is not being supplied. God damn it. Wait, is this a new one? Fuck!
John, you really let me down today, dude. So I don't know, we can't get into the cathedral because apparently they they're like, I don't know, I rubbed him the wrong way or something. Guys, let John Tron know that this shit's not cool, man. He's not running this place dope. Yo, John.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, what the fuck, dude? I
I'm
went over
broken.
your house earlier today.
I'm
and
just
you were like,
broken.
You didn't let me in, dude. It was fucked up.
Absolutely destroyed.
No, man, it was fucked up.
You
dude.
tried to break into my house.
I went, it was like way over the top. I was like, John, this doesn't seem right, dog.
I don't think that was my house.
St. John the Divine?
I think you were trying to break into some
cathedral?
small
Action
grandma's
ID,
house,
action
man.
name.
Small
The cathedral?
What is
St.
this?
John the Divine?
Mod results.
That's
There we
your
go.
problem. I only go there on Sundays. You should have known better. Let's be honest.
I know I said I was gonna go gaming. We're just like fucking around while I have fun. We're just like, this is the most low chill, like the most calm chill day in the world for me, as I just fix something and break my computer 10 times. But I'm watching my resources this time. No more memory leaks. Let's go. Set the argument.
Beautiful.
And then
Love it out here. Yosemite National Park. No technology, no YouTube.
Hold on.
No cell phones, you know? Take a look around, Hila. Alright, come on, dude. Don't fucking... It's not about the
Set
nature,
argument.
dude.
User
Focus on me.
ID.
You got like bear lockers here? Well, you got to lock all your food up in a bear locker so the bears don't come fucking kill
Oh,
your
wait,
whole
this
family
is
at night.
That logic.
And you
Never
got
mind.
like... Here's the trick here. You push a little button here. The bears, they can't work their stupid little fucking bear hands in there. Get that open. Only humans can do that. And that's a great thing about being me. And the great thing about being this guy here, he's trying to run from the camera. That's my brother Sean. He's also got fingers and he can open a bear locker. And that's why he's a great guy and I like him a lot for that reason. So that's it, guys. Welcome to Yosemite. Look over here. Look at all the mountains up there, Hila. Alright, take it easy, dude. It's not about the fucking nature. It's about me and you. It's called Ethan and Hila, not nature.
You putting on socks?
Yeah. It's gonna be freezing up there on the mountain, dude, I'm sure. Last time I was here it was snowing. It's always cold in Yosemite, I'm telling you.
But I think you're gonna be hot.
You're gonna be freezing. I'm sure of it, dude. It's only because we're at the base of the mountain, but once we get a little further up, I'm gonna be really comfortable and you're gonna be freezing cold. I'm sure of it.
I don't know, it's pretty hot right now.
We'll see, dude. We'll see who's hot. You cold, Hila?
No?
Not cold yet? Well, after this hill here, you'll be cold. You're gonna be cold. Sure of it.
What is this crap hiking? Like I need to lose weight? I've got the body of a god. They act like walking is even good for you. It's bad for your knees, that's what I read in a science journal. I just do sit-ups at home in my computer chair, that's the best. It's not even that nice here. I've seen better images on Google Maps. I wish there was Pepsi Max in this water jug. Why does it have to rain water? Why can't it rain Pepsi Max?
Oh, dude, it tastes so good. This natural spring water is the best shit, dude. It's rejuvenating. Oh, it tastes like asphalt. Don't drink the water, dude. Don't drink the water. Oh.
God, I feel sick. My mom's bathtub water tastes better than that. I wonder if there was deer poop in that water. I'm probably gonna get deer poop AIDS now. Fuck.
I mean, if walking hurts your back, make sure you don't get deer poop AIDS. That's what I learned today, is be cautious of deer poop AIDS. That's what I learned. I didn't think I'd learn that today, but I was just sitting around trying to like automate moderating the stream, just lovingly and patiently. And it was like, hey bitch, I got a scary thing to tell you about. Would you like it? Do you like scary shit? Yes,
Are you
I
hungry,
do.
Hila? That's lunch, baby.
Yes, I do.
Looks tasty, dude. Nice little protein.
Yeah, dude.
Put it up your nose like those fucking weirdos who eat spaghetti. Can you please call up the fire ranger? This guy's gonna get taken out. Dude, make a hustle, dog. You got 100 legs. You can move fucking faster than that.
I need to make a message and try again. I'm not sorry.
I'm very comfortable, by the way, with the weather right now. I'm feeling very cool and relaxed, getting up high in the elevation, and I'm very comfortable. So guys, here...
I got so excited because the number of variables increased. Mod result is passing. It says pass. Okay, wait. What if I call myself a bitch? Hold on. Okay, cool. I called myself a rotten, stinky, cunt-ass bitch, and no one likes me. Does it do it, though? Does it do it? Does it do it? Does it succeed? Does it? Does it? It says pass. It legitimately didn't care. Hold on. What if I write it differently? Because that's bullshit. That shouldn't happen that way. Close window, AI moderation. Oh, it's just not executing, right? Oh, fuck me.
Here is the prairie dog, Yosemite Valley rodent. Really intelligent, curious guy. And just like life itself, you find yourself becoming curious just looking at it. Now, we've just thrown in a couple nuts, and we were explicitly instructed not to do that by the park ranger under the threat of imprisonment and a very large fine. But guys, trust me when I say I know a lot more about nature than they do, and we're just going to be sitting here feeding him nuts all day long.
All the nuts.
He's cute, he's lovable.
Who doesn't
and he's
like
fearless,
nuts
just
with
like
the
me.
squirrels?
Also, they're a very dangerous carrier of a deadly virus that's submitted through their claws and their feces. So these tourists here are in big jeopardy right now. Very big danger. I wonder if somebody's going to tell them that. So let's just watch and see if they get infected here, because this could be the end of their vacation right now. This could be it for them. Okay, good. I'm done with you. Fuck off, dude. Don't follow me. Hey! Is it normal to be like really wet under your clothes? Like really, really wet. I feel really wet right now.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
What?
Let's see. I don't know, man.
Are you okay?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Let's see. Base directory?
What?
Are you okay?
What?
I'm okay, dude. I'm comfortable, dude. I'm warm.
What happened?
It's just a little hot.
What's this do? What's this do? What's this do? What's this do?
Dude, what happened?
What's this do?
Shit, dude. Somebody left your
Application
clothes
base
there.
directory. Oh, it's like base name. Okay. That makes sense. That's like base name.
Shit, dude. Let's go. Dude, fuck this. Let's go.
I'm not sorry. It's... What on earth did I just paste this machine? What did I tell this computer? Python can't open this. Okay. What? Thinking very quickly and also very slowly at the same time. What in the absolute crap? Holy fucking shit. Yikes. Like, actually, yikes. Wait, please tell me I'm processing this. There we go. Okay, I was like, did I just actually break my fucking work to this moment? Because that would have been an easy, yeah, probably. So, I don't know. That makes sense. Good enough. What did I just click on?
Guys, we are...
I'm taking a break from you all. You're adorable, and I like seeing you all be happy. But if I keep watching cute couples be adorable, I'm just going to be unable to do other shit. I need to be able to look at the world and be grating and critical, cold and crass. And that requires not looking at, like, dated couples content. The fuck? Why is Reddit evil? Peace out. Be okay. Do cool stuff. I'll be around for a bit longer. I'm really trying to get this to work. Like, I'm just passing variables around. I want to play a game soon. I
kind of feel weird watching this and reacting to this entire thing.
What?
But, we'll watch at least the beginning.
Hi, everyone.
988's a really fun. Like, 988 is actually helpful. Like, I don't know. To each their own, but, like, they're the ones that seem to know how to give out the warm line phone numbers. And those are, like, actually peer support too. So I don't know. It's like they can from my experience, they put people in touch with more resources quite efficaciously. So, you know, I think they're a pretty solid one.
I just want to start this video out by saying parental advisory. This is not a video for children.
Yeah.
And a trigger warning.
What the fuck are we doing? I'm just curious. I don't know what this is yet. I can only assume.
Some of the things you're about to hear are going to be triggering for some people.
Because if I'm already cryy over couples content, we're just going to stop hearing people cry for 10 seconds. Not because it's not valid. They are valid as fuck. Because I'm a bitch. The fuck are you saying about boundaries? Oh, you've had to enforce these? Good luck. May people listen. Yeah, I'm just saying that cats respect boundaries better than people, and so do dogs.
So I've been at war with myself this last year. From June of 2024 to now, I have went through an astronomical amount of, I don't know if you want to call it growth or just progress or what.
I need to finish this. I really just, it's at the point where I'm almost cozy. I'm having to change how I interface with this shit, for fuck's sake. Which is fine. It should be fine.
Ever.
I'm gonna go put it into place and see if it works.
My life
Let's
has
fucking
been
go.
crazy.
If it doesn't, now I'm stopping.
It's an understatement.
I just really wanted this to work.
Last year when I look at myself, I had nothing. I was
Find
living out
any
of
refs
U-Haul
I'm missing.
with my
Compile.
dog. I had to
Save
beg my
and
parents
comp.
to move in with them for a month and a half because my living situation with the person who I was getting married to and engaged to had an affair. Simple as that. And 4.5 years gone, zipped, destroyed. Now, one of the interesting...
Not the only person that's happened to recently, not to devalue it, but rather to say that's terrifying. To like just imagine that people feel like I don't know. I'm just imagining the sense of like up and abandonment of situation. Like it sounds like a large change in stuff. For me, I have trouble changing routines. Like if I have to like go to a different place to pick up an object, like we have more problems. Oh well.
Things about that is that from that experience, I have been traumatized with the idea of monogamous relationships. So much of my life, I've always been monogamous. I've been a monogamous.
Okay. I'm double locked in because this is not how I as an individual would have like made my next steps, but that's okay. Here, I have to mess myself again so it's cleaner.
Person, and now in the last year, the thought, and I've been in therapy for this, I've been working through therapy with this, and I'm trying to heal from this, but I don't know how long this is going to be for a healing process, because I don't feel very healed. Even after a year, what happened to me was horrific. And when I talk about an affair is an affair. I've been cheated on before, it's whatever, right? When you confront somebody who has an affair, typically...
Like, presumably, and I'm just assuming here, I'd assume that would be closure, because, like, I like closure in other aspects of my relationships. They're at a type of thing.
Typically, they get defensive or they deny it, blah, 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 lie about it, whatever.
Or if you invoke a word like emotional immaturity, folks who don't know what that means begin parroting it at you, rather. So that's not cozy.
This was an instance of like,
oh well,
they got defensive and then they just disappeared for 12 hours. And then they came back with the person who they were having the affair with and brought them into the home with me there and other people there. If that gives you a perspective on like how malicious that was, how evil that was, how hurtful and how painful that was. And as somebody who knows my mental breaking point and when I'm going to snap or when I'm going to have a mental breakdown, I was like, I have to move out of this situation. I grabbed all my stuff, got a U-Haul, and left within less than 12 hours. There's actually a whole lot more to the story. I don't know if I'll ever talk about that. Probably not, because I prefer to have things vague, because it's really nobody's business. But the situation left me absolutely traumatized, to the point where I was living out of a U-Haul. I had less than $2,000 to my name because I had just paid the house mortgage, and this happened 2 days after the fact. And I had nothing. I lost all my entire friend group. I lost everybody.
Oh, babe.
Everybody, except my mom and dad were the only people that I had to call upon to help me in this situation because I didn't have anybody. I've lost everything. I lost my money. I lost my home. I lost my safe space. I lost people I loved. Not just my ex-fiance, but I also lost 3 other people that I was very attached to. And it was a whole lot. And I lost an animal, too. So it was like this massive experience of loss, and one of loss that I've never experienced before. And it's left me this last year where I've been drawing boundaries with everybody and everything. And this is a good thing, because I've always been the type of person who I'm so relaxed and chill most of the time, just like easygoing, that I let people mistreat me, that I let people do things to me that would be considered shitty. And then I'm like, oh, whatever, they don't mean it this way, or blah, blah. I've been too dismissive of how people treat me and not drawing boundaries with people and saying this is enough. When my ex-fiance had her affair, that was my first line in the sand. I'm like, I can't do this anymore, because I've been cheated on in the past, and in the past I've always forgiven people, right? I've forgiven people, and then I get back together with them after they've cheated on me. Like, imagine how
understandable, but like, bruh.
How low your self-esteem and confidence has to be as a man or a woman to get back with somebody who cheats on you. You are the problem.
Okay, so I mean, this man's not wrong.
I was the problem in all of my prior relationships, okay? And if you go back to somebody who cheats on you, you're the problem, okay?
Yeah, you could have gotten out, and you could have found a way to not let that be the way. Still fucked up that it happens to you, but you likely did contribute, yes. Like, it doesn't mean it's your fault. It doesn't mean it's their fault. Fault's kind of a very immature and ignorant way to look at it. But no, it's usually contributed to by everyone involved. Like, there is nay a rough time in the interactions of humans where all those involved aren't contributing in some capacity. So,
I'm sorry if that's harsh, but you're the problem. Walk away.
Valid.
You need to walk away. Unfortunately, I've had to experience this multiple times before I finally had the mind shock, the twist of where I can't allow somebody to treat me this way. I mean, 4.5 years, that was my longest relationship, right? And that went 4.5 years of like, I trusted this person more than anyone in my entire life. I would have put my life on their hands. They know some very personal things about me that I've never told anybody. Mm-hmm. And this is somebody who I trusted. I mean, I was engaged to them, right? I've never been engaged to anybody. I've never wanted to marry somebody like I wanted to marry this person.
It makes sense how you get there. That's the part that I'm getting at. Makes sense how we get our asses there. God damn. What a fucking way. What a fucking way. What a fucking day. God damn, bro.
Had conversations of talking about spending the rest of my life with this person, growing old, and all of those really deep conversations that you have. I've never really had that with anybody. So this meant so much to me. And to have it be destroyed in less than 12 hours completely, right, was traumatizing. And the experience that amount of loss in such a quick time,
it makes sense how you get here. Holy shit, man's just on it. Man's just preaching. God damn.
I was not in a good mental space. I was in a U-Haul with my 357 Magnum. It was bad, right? It was really, really bad. This was just last year. Exactly last year, June of last year. And mind you, I was simultaneously working my crazy job. at the time, and I still am working that job. I don't know how I have almost like a blur of everything that I went through. I remember it like it was yesterday, but between that and probably like June of 2024 to like December of 2024, like I don't really remember a lot because I was in such deep emotional conflict and distress and pain. And it's an unlike pain that I've ever felt. It's a pain that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It's a pain of loss and grief. And I'm still, even now, experiencing those. They come and go, those emotions, right? But I've reached this point now where my boundaries are, like, insane. And it's, my standards have risen so high that I barely allow anybody in my life. And I'm almost wondering, like, maybe my standards are too high because I have severe trust issues now. I feel like I can never go into a I feel like right now, this could change, I don't know.
Like, I couldn't imagine the otherwise, so I get it, right? Like, if my perspective is I couldn't imagine, like, fleeing monogamy, then I understand how you can't imagine this.
The idea of a monogamous relationship disgusts me. It repulses me, despite the fact that that's been my whole identity my whole life, and I'm 33 years of age, right? My whole life I've always been monogamous, and now I'm to this point where, like, the idea of monogamy disgusts me. I get, like, the simple thought of trying to trust someone 100% again just repulses me. It's like, I don't think that I could ever currently go into a monogamous relationship with anybody and not distrust them and never... And, like, what type of relationship is that, right? So clearly there's a lot of healing that I still have to do. And I've been drawing boundaries with people because I've been casually dating in the world. Like, I'm single, but I've been dating and going out on dates. I went on a lot of dates in the last year, over 35 in total. And out of those 35 people that I've went out with, spent time with, went to bars with, went all the crazy stuff, only, as of right now, one person, and I think maybe possibly two, I don't know. The second person is currently in limbo.
How do I put this appropriately? I'm just gleeful to hear someone's perspective. What is coming to mind is, remember when iDubbbz went and found himself in public on Maine? I'm glad to hear this person's perspective, but for you, my dears, at home, fucking about, usually you want to do your healing offline. You heal offline, then you talk about the ways you healed online, right? Like, the way in which you now subject people to your unfettered trauma experiences, as well as, like, your unconsidered opinions, when you have time to heal first and then go online, far exceeds that of if you just go online and start talking about it. Like, the most fucked up shit that's happens to me, y'all haven't heard a goddamn word about. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on Repsion's, like, parade, and I think it's important to have space for people to talk about shit. But, like, while I'm here nodding along, I'd be remiss if I didn't say to the most of us, talking online about, like, how we're growing as we're growing puts us at more risk than just growing first. So, I hope this person only sees the best. And they've been online a long time, so I'm interested to see how this goes down.
Both state with me right now.
But it's, like, very much giving iDubbbz. It's like, yeah, I'm okay with, like, I go to therapy now, and my wife likes to fuck other dudes, and I'm okay with it. And then you just, like, watch the processing happen live. And you might be okay with what you're doing, but you ought to be able to process it, ruminate on it, contemplate alone. And people that ask you to change your opinions or make an opinion online in short order are fucking bullshit artists. There is not a reason to take less than a few days to think on something. So, you know, whatever you do, may you heal and open and have the, like, I wish this man the best of luck as they do so. Or may you heal in the shadows and pull off a me. I just want you to be okay. But, like, I genuinely would feel irresponsible, like, in the midst of my healing, when I'm raw and broken, the most bitchy and aggravatable, when everything feels the hardest, I'd be remiss to talk about it to the world. And I think genuinely just saying, heal in private off of the internet, talk about healing when you go online. Like, talk about the conquests you've made, the glory of success. Talk about how beautiful it feels to learn, like, when you get online. But don't talk about how, like, the trials and tribulations of every day as you woefully contemplate it online, as that might let you get fucked with easily, or otherwise it might let people do dodgy spy shit to you, because now you've just put all that shit out there. Anywho's. Compromat.
I don't know where...
Again, I still wish Repsion the absolute best. This lovely motherfucker even, like, ought to play games with me soon. That said, please be careful, y'all. Like,
Serious, anything, friendship, relationship, whatever. But I tell all these people that I go on dates with, I'm like, I'm not looking to, like, for a girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm just not looking for that right now. I'm casually wanting to get to know people because I want to build a community. I want to build a community of people that I can rely upon, care, and invest in love, and they love and invest in. The biggest thing with these boundaries that I've drawn is, like, if you're not adding to my life, okay?
Okay, so before this comes out and sounds polarizing, I'm gonna say that I say phrases like, I don't care, to convey that I'm very ambivalent over a thing where I don't care either way, right? If I'm not emotionally invested to a point of excitement or detriment, I just don't give a fuck. Like, so I'm generally either quite happy, quite perturbed, or I don't care. So...
This is the biggest thing, and I want people to take away with this. If you have people in your life, friends, relationships, family, whatever, and they're not adding to your life in a way that is...
Like, when I... Here, flip this on its head really quick. As I live life, I hope to not be a detriment to or detract from the lives of others. That's what I want to do as an individual. So...
It's like, if you're not adding to my life, okay? This is the biggest thing, and I want people to take away with this. If you have people in your life, friends, relationships, family, whatever, and they're not adding to your life in a way that is benefiting your life...
Which, for me, would be people giving me... I like criticism. It's like free advice. Some people pay thousands for that. I like being told when I'm an ignorant, dumb bitch, because I feel like I do those. I might be, like, hard locked in those, but I like being told when I am so I can break myself out of it. I don't know. Like, that's what growing and thriving and friends who support me look like to me historically. So I don't know what the fuck anyone else is doing, but... Sir, what are you doing?
Get rid of them. Okay? Get rid of them.
What?
There's no reason to have...
I mean, like, if someone is like, okay, if you need food, water, or meds, and you can't procure your own food, water, or meds, I will give, like, I'm the first to give my money up, to give my time up, to walk somewhere for someone, to pick up their shit. Like, I couldn't genuinely comprehend otherwise. So, I don't know. Just interesting. It's quite curious, my dudes. Also, it's another perspective that I don't have, clearly, right? Like, I don't want to be a detriment. This person assesses other people as, like, either they are being something in their world and they are filling a role, or they aren't, possibly, it sounds like. I don't know, I'm not them. But, like, I would exit someone's life if I felt I was being a detriment or a drag on their days. So I can kind of get it, but I don't try to rate the worth of others, so I don't get it. Like, if on the other hand, it's something like, you know, if someone's causing me to be stressed all the time, if someone's mean, aggressive, if they're unkind and cruel, like, those are specific things that I'll just choose to opt out with, right? But, like, I don't think I can ever have an easy, quantifiable, like, you're useful and this is what makes you useful as a total thing, versus, like, I don't want to be a fucking problem. Oops, I hit that. I don't want to be a fucking problem. That's all I can control. And I'll just give my time to my lovely cohorts because I'm gleeful to share time with them. I have to wrap my head around the rest, and I'm still trying to unpack it. Because, like, I am still, like, out of my
somebody in your life who's not contributing it to in some way, whether that be emotionally, and not financially, but emotionally, or some way that helps benefit you and makes you a better person or helps you grow or whatever. If they're not benefiting your life.
Like, so, again, Like, genuinely, honest critique is my favorite thing. That is actually my favorite. Like, y'all, to untold mounds, actual critique is my favorite fucking thing in the whole fucking world. It is so nice. It is so dope. And I think of it as the best gift. And it's free. It's also free.
In a capacity.
It is free.
Why have them?
It's free as fuck.
Because if they're not benefiting your life in a positive way, they're most likely taken away from your life. Okay. That's what I've realized. Like, even it was around after summer of 2024, I had an online friendship of over 10 years that I ended. I ended it because I'm like, I sat back and I examined this friendship. I'm like, it's an online relationship. I've never met this person, but I've known them for over 10 years. And I really just sat back and observed them. And I'm like, wow, this person is not only negative every single day, all the time.
My favorite people in the whole world, one of my bestest friends, never has a foul thing to say about anyone, always builds people up, never tears them down. Mom's the same way, by the way. Like, I genuinely would advise if you meet people that can't survive, like, when someone shows you the worst they're willing to do to another, that's the worst they're going to do to you when you piss them off.
They're vicious, they're malicious being the big.
And as I piss a lot of motherfuckers off, because I am a very noisy bitch, yeah, I'd say I'm well experienced in just not trusting that, because if the worst someone shows to you is the worst they're gonna, like, the worst they show to you when they do vicious things to someone else is the same shit that's gonna get turned on you.
One, but they're just like, they don't benefit my life. I don't enjoy talking to them. Why am I friends with this person? They don't benefit me. They don't help me learn. They don't help me grow. They don't help me do anything other than just be negative and malicious and mean to everybody. And eventually I just ended it because they were attacking an IRL friend of mine. Because let me tell you this, if you're in my life, if you get the privilege of coming into my life and I accept you into my life,
you still haven't played fucking Fortnite with me, you goddamn motherfucking bitch. How dare you? First the fuck off. How dare you not play Fortnite with the homies, you bitch ass? Don't mind me, I talk a lot of shit. I'm fucking harmless.
That is a privilege at this point. It didn't used to be a privilege. I used to be accepting of everybody.
It ought to be a privilege because people ought to earn it. No, that sounds fine. That's reasonable. People should earn this from you. You shouldn't just give it to them. They need to earn it. Let them succeed in earning it. They need
coming into
to
my life.
learn
But
to
now
do
it's
so.
like, no, it's a privilege if you get to know me IRL. And if you are in my IRL circle of people, I care for you and I think that you're a cool person. And if I see somebody in my IRL space being attacked falsely with false information or false whatever, I'm going to stand up for that person and I'm going to...
I'm rebuilding the container. In case you're about to look at me like, bitch, what are you doing? I'm rebuilding the container. I'm being a piece of shit. I don't know what to tell you. I'm being a degenerate, distracted piece of turd. What do you want about it? Let's see. No, that's all fine. That's all fine. Log lines to the screen, log line entry, yes, and then also yes. Thank you.
It's not going to look good.
Okay.
I defend and care for people that I care for, right? And I'm not going to let other people spread false information or just be malicious just because you don't like somebody for whatever X, Y, and Z reason, especially when the reason is not factual and doesn't hold any weight and is completely a lie.
I respect this.
These days, man, people lie a lot. I've noticed that. People lie. And, now that I know that I'm on the spectrum, neurodivergency, it's understandable why I feel the same way, where, like, even a small lie about something in a relationship or something really is impactful for me, and I take that really seriously because I prefer to...
Yeah, a lack of flexible thinking would be the first one there. But that, like, impacts not neurodivergent people, dude. That, like, impacts, like, everyone, right? So, since it does that... Sucks to suck. Welcome to fucking life. My point being, you can share coping skills with, like, literally everyone. So you, an ADHDer, can share coping skills with an OCD person and see if 1 or 2 or 3 of the coping skills resonates with both of you. Maybe it won't. Maybe it never fucking will. But maybe you ought to try.
Direct communication, and I prefer you to just say everything as it is. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how your baggage. I don't care I just need directness and transparency. Just spill it all out. Don't hide things and don't lie to me about things. Lying is just something that it's a big boundary of mine, and I don't like it when people lie to me.
Same.
Or try to hide things from me. Like, just...
Let's be real. I don't like people.
I'm so open. I'm not going to judge people for their past for the most part. But a lot of people in the casual dating world and dating in general can't be direct. They don't know how to be direct. So I'm constantly trying to get to know people who aren't letting me get to know them. I want to...
I mean, then you might also just... How do I... My word, dude. Like, y'all. Hun Bun McFunrun. Like, y'all. My dudes. My dude. So, here. Whingy thing. Don't seek people.
And I went on a date, and I went on this...
The worthy will find you. The rest, you don't talk to.
Date with this girl, and...
That might be a little bit fucking... That might be my jaded take of the year, right? That might be my most jaded take of 2025.
Within the first date, she was like, can I come over to your place? I'm like, no. My place? My apartment is my safe space. And, you know, I had a safe space. I had my home that I felt secure in, and that I lost that within 12 hours because of an affair. I lost everything. So now my apartment is my safe space. You think that I'm just going to let some random girl...
Yeah, I do. Why wouldn't I?
...who I just met on a one date, even if the date went well, over to my apartment? It doesn't work that way. You got to build maybe the second or third, but you got to build some sort of connection. I need an emotional connection with people. I'm demisexual, okay? I can find a lot of people attractive and stuff.
So, I wager this is going to go the same way that iDubbbz did. I really, as much as I love seeing people heal, like, there's to an extent, putting yourself out there on YouTube while you're in the middle of helping or healing is rough. And a lot. And I feel like this is a risk. Now, it may not be a risk. It could be totally fine. But I feel like it's a risk. Your name is in your name.
But I need
you told me that.
Emotional connection to establish any sort of meaningful...
Also, I have a bad memory. So, like, expecting me to remember stuff is genuinely not the best. Like, I'll oftentimes forget what day it is or if I've eaten that day. So,
relationship with anybody, and I'm not talking like boyfriend girl. I'm talking general relationships, friendships, whatever. I have to be able to connect with them, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to connect with other people. I want to meet up in IRL. I want to sit down and eat and talk to you face to face. But people in this digital age, man, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Nobody knows how to. People can't sit down and have a date without looking at their cell phone for 25 minutes.
I mean, I've been on a whole date while playing with my phone. I can't help myself. I'm classy.
Real thing. You know, after going 30-some dates in the last year, I've watched it. I've been observing it, and it's just like the dating world is getting worse and worse and worse as the time gets.
I genuinely feel this is like, and again, I'm gonna say, I do not believe it's safe to heal on YouTube. I think it's okay to talk about how you've healed. I think we should encourage talking about how we heal, right? When you talk about this on YouTube, I do believe it puts you at risk. And Repzion has been doing YouTube a lot longer than me. So I'm just saying this because I'd be remiss if I didn't. I'd be absolutely horrified if I just uncritically let that happen and didn't point to how this has critically underserved people and how you should not, in general, heal online. You take that offline. You heal offline. You can tell people about the lessons you've learned and the impressive things you've done, but you maybe wants to do the healing process in a way that is safe and contained. Anywho's, I have hope for Repzion, a person who's supposed to play Fortnite with us. However, I'm not yelling that over and over for Repzion. I'm yelling that over and over for myself and y'all. The whole, like, don't put yourself out there like this.
We get more into the 2050s, it's getting worse. But boundaries, okay? Boundaries are important, and I want you
And an equal and important part of respecting Repsion's boundaries is to accept that I don't have the aptitude, skill, breadth of knowledge to assess if this is okay or isn't for this person. Only they know this. I will never. So, that's all. I don't know. They know them. I don't know them. I'm sitting here yelling because I wouldn't do it, and that's why. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell y'all that it's beneficial to avoid it and why. But I'm so glad to hear their experiences. Like, these are things I would never go through myself. These are experiences that I wouldn't have. And I love going through them because I don't get this experience. I don't know this perspective. Like, I would have never made those choices to my understanding at this moment in life. So I'm just gleeful to hear about it. I want to learn
Enforce
about
boundaries.
people's stuff.
You draw a boundary on yourself. I don't know whatever boundary that is, and you need to stick with it. Do not let people treat you terribly and do horrible things to you. And because you love and care for them, you allow...
Yeah, don't let people treat you poorly just because you love them. Exactly.
Mistreatment of yourself. That's what I'm really trying to say here.
Bruh.
Because that's all I've been my whole life. I have allowed people to make me a punching bag, and that's partially my responsibility because I've been too lenient, and I've been too open, and I've never put my foot down with boundaries. And now, I have. And it feels really good. It feels good to say no to somebody when they're trying to, when you lay out a boundary and they try to violate that boundary. It's good.
Yeah, and like, honestly, from experience, like, the biggest thing you're going to have to worry about, not the biggest, but like my most feared is when you declare a boundary and someone's like, no, bitch, only I get boundaries. They don't say that directly, but through their actions, you'll start to see a lineage of how they're excused to create boundaries and you aren't. And I think that's been my most like harrowing experience ever, is because like when those have happened more than once to me, like I say that I only won the you fell for it thing once per thing, but that's not necessarily true. In terms of like stuff like this, there's so many like niddly bits and nitpicky parts and so many like variances for how you ought to do a thing that, I don't know. I feel like it's reasonable to stumble when dealing with people because no two people are supposed to be the same. I've been calling people snowflakes since before it was cool. Since before the partisan people were doing it, I've been calling people snowflakes. I think it's appropriate because they're unique and amazing, and I love them all, and they're outstanding, and they all deserve their own particular considerations. And yeah, I don't know, they are, and I'm right.
To walk away from somebody or cut somebody out of your life when they don't contribute in any way to your life that benefits you in a progress sense. It's been hard though. You know, I do question, I'm like, how long am I going to have to heal from this trauma? Because what was done to me was trauma. This was no ordinary, just a generic affair where somebody has an affair and you split. This was like, I confront them and they completely tried to hurt me in the worst possible way. And they did. They succeeded in that. And now I have this deep fear, this chronic fear of marriage. Now my idea of marriage is completely destroyed because of this woman. My idea of monogamy is completely shape-shifted. The idea of monogamy scares me and terrifies me, and I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to trust somebody again. It's going to take 5 years probably for me to heal from this, honestly. And I'm 33, right?
I mean, most of us are going to be healing for the rest of our fucking lives. It's okay. Okay, let's see how it processed my test message.
I got so much more healing to do, and I hate it because I want to heal faster, and I'm not healing at the pace that I want. I still have these emotional bursts of just sadness and grief that come over me from that experience over a year ago, 365 days ago. And I still feel the same emotions that I felt almost a year ago. That's how horrific it was. They wanted me to snap. They wanted me to break. They wanted to break me. They wanted me to lose and to hit rock bottom. They wanted me to probably take my life. That's genuinely what I think. Like, they wanted to do the worst that they possibly could, and they succeeded in that. But
okay, I just had to like reach out and ask if this is like a reasonable, like, is it just me that thinks that it's not appropriate to like tell folks that like the steps of your healing and growth until they have concluded in a way in which you know that you are resilient enough to empower others through your fucking words and not detract. Because this person needs to have their boundaries, which might be to telegraph this loudly and proudly and make everyone who isn't up to them shit right now, like, run away. Because alternatively, you could, say something as some people like having an idiot filter. It's when you, like, say something that is very plain or galvanizing as an expectation to get rid of, like, ideologically washed people. It works really well. And it has for, like, many years. But it also works poorly, so you never fucking know.
I'm still here, and my career has taken a good turn. Stepping away from YouTube as a full-time job, that was one of the best things I've done for myself. And now you just get these random videos. Hello. Oh, you want to see my new tattoo? Well, it's not new. Look at this. I don't know if how well you can see that with the camera. But look at that. Look at that Metroid tattoo. It's not done yet.
That's my favorite character in video games. That is Samus. So when I was a bit of a whippersnapper, when I was put knee-high to a grasshopper, and, like, people say there weren't strong women in games and role models and shit. Bitch, I grew up with Nintendo. I had Samus Aran, like, the space bounty hunter bitch that can be infused with alien DNA, has a gun hand, and doesn't give a fuck. I greatly respect that shit. And so people are like, oh, we need to give girls more role models in media. Okay, fair, but don't forget that put respect on Samus's name before you say there are none. Remember there are some. And you can do erasure too, motherfucker. You know who you better not erase? Samus, who inspired little me before Cave Story entered my life, before I played Dark Souls. You know what pushed me to just accept that I suck and to keep on trucking? That bitch right there, Samus Aran. What a fucking character. What a protagonist. Y'all, what a complete protagonist. 10 out of 10.
It's not done yet. But yeah, this has been 20 hours total, and there's another section. My tattoo artist is Kate Peretz.
What did I just do?
K-A-T-E-P-E.
What did I literally just do to this robot?
R-E-T-S on Instagram. She's a phenomenal color artist. I just got that on July 3rd, so it's pretty fresh.
Damn it.
But yeah, I'm running out of things to say. Hi, my name is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. How you doing today, buddy? What you doing, Butters? How you doing there, cousin? You having a good one? Better be.
This is my life. I hope this was beneficial in some way.
See, I guess that's the thing you can do when you've either not given a fuck or have been, like, yesterday when folks were asking, like, what is an appropriate retaliation to, like, being doxxed by people? Yeah, this is the one that we both forgot to mention, which is not giving a fuck. Which a lot of people also invoke. Like, I don't know.
Just...
Like, when you look at disincentivization, like, actually not enabling a feedback loop that allows people to incentivize something, also counts. It's not, like, the only option, but it is another tool. There's clearly, like, 7 billion tools going boo-boo bonkers bullshit on them and running the most egregious compromisation campaign you can do, not caring, engaging in the same egregious things that hurt you, which I again advise against some of those, but whatevs. The not caring one seems to be brilliant.
Have boundaries and enforce those boundaries, please, for your sake, for my sake.
I wouldn't do it.
Because I've been in the same position where you just don't enforce and you let people do whatever they want and treat you however they want to treat you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, goes without saying, man is right. Like, you do have to be your best advocate. And often enough, you being your best advocate is going to, at least in some capacity, depend upon you actually advocating for yourself against what might be adversity. So, not 100% dude's a dude. That's what's up. 10 out of 10. Good content. Sorry that I'm being kind of lame. Okay, I want to play a game. Let me check my bot. I'm seeing if it's done. It's like so far it's processing mod result. Here, if I screenshot this right now, I can't lose it, and then I don't question what was working last. That's good enough. That way I can stop working on it, and we're good. That's perfect. I can minimize that. I can put a copy of it, like, everywhere. We're golden. I can play a game now. I'm so fail. I'm so fail. Let's go play games. Now that Vess is gone for the night, let's play Mortal Shell, shall we? Let's play a Souls-like without the homie, that the homie hasn't played. I'll fix this bot shit later. I'll get offline in like an hour, probably. But that's irrelevant. The point being, I'll fix it. It shouldn't be done tomorrow. It should not be done tomorrow. I'm being very clear. It should likely not be done tomorrow. But if it is, good job. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. This was my time to mess with it. My time to address this is genuinely during the stream. Otherwise, I'm too busy with, like, work, chores, cleaning, being a sickly bitch. That's the weird one right now. So I wouldn't say weird like it's a bad thing. It's just like, it's weird like a, right? Like it's gratingly weird. It's like, otherwise it's whatever. Otherwise, who gives a fuck? Otherwise, who fucking cares? I need to fix my MIDI controller. Shit is in the wrong place. Alright, this is what I want to play tonight. This is Mortal Shell. We're gonna be playing Mortal Shell for a bit, probably till the top of the hour. I've been playing it offline because it runs on a Steam Deck at a blistering, hear me out y'all, 90, that is 90 motherfucking molly-whopping frames a second on a piece of Steam Deck. And I'm just saying, that's pretty fucking bananas. Like, this I can tune differently, but film grain go away. This, motion blur can stay. Indie mode is legit. It does this. It does this, like, pixelated scaling. We're gonna switch to DX12. I don't give a shit. We're gonna keep it back in this mode. I have to restart the game again for DX12. We're gonna do this together. DLSS, we don't need it. Off. Get out of here. Can I have DLAA? No. HD har? HD har 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 har. Wait, hold on. I like legitimately broke my brain because I think I'm already capturing the right color space, but I'm not positive. Yeah, let's do that for now. It's the same that I see, so I don't care. We'll keep shadows, we'll bump texture, we'll bump view, we'll go hard on most things. We'll just do the usual of assuming that shadows are broken. Or we can assume shadows might be okay this time. I don't know. Let's assume shadows don't suck for once. Let's see if that's fine. Because you never know. If you don't know until you know. We're presuming this gets us depth maps, but I don't care. It makes me restart, but I can do borderless window. That's bomb. Aplazon, my dude. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Brother Oates. Brother Oates. I keep saying that with the same, like, internalized intonation of saying Professor Oak. So, like, somewhere inside me, oops, latency. I'm, like, basically crying out for Professor Oak or something. Jokes for what they are. So is Ash's mom. Okay, Unreal, sorry, not Unreal. DX12 instead of 11. I need to move Discord to where I can see it again. Okay. Let's see. It might eat itself. I might want to limit it. I don't know. I'm still new to it. I'm still getting used to it. I was using it to help me tune the Steam Deck. I was changing voltages and clock speeds and TDP, like fast TDP and slow TDP. So, and I was using it for that. And that was quite cozy. Because not every game does VSync well or poorly. Some of them actually do an okay job. So we're gonna get a quick little look. Yeah, no, I would say that that's not terrible bad. Like, because we're not seeing much of a difference in how we move. That's fine. There aren't many places to go at the moment. This feels like mortal sin. I'm quite a fan so far. Like, legitimately, I know it's not Soulsborne Sunday, but I don't care. Like, I literally don't. It's Sunday always. It's always Soulsborne Sunday, y'all. Okay. You go to the right side of the left side, through an embankment, through a clamory. I'm hoping I get, like, a rogue character soon. Because we've got Magi, we've got Knight, we've got Pally. I think I'm a paladin right now. Got a big sword and a lot of health. You inhabit shells. And yeah, here's our other one. It's a bit faster. We started with it. I don't know. It seems okay. I don't mind this. Here's our Pally. Here's our Magi. We still have to get Magi shit. That's fine. Chromatic aberration is an absolute trip. There's no way to identify where we lost our stuff. My glasses are so smudged, I'm just taking them off. There's like no way to know where I like did that thing. I'm trying to remember. Because I cleared out most of this. I got distracted. Yeah, usually I'd want to go to the side to come through here. Because these frogs will chase you and poison you because they don't like you, rightfully so. And I'd usually pierce in through that direction. Boss in here's dead, which is how come I learned that. It took more than one time. Oh, we're winded. I thought that was someone else's breath. I was getting scared. I was ready to run. This isn't the tree one yet. Or sorry, this isn't the frogs will spit on us and make us very sick. We're looking for a outcropping of tree with bats on it. I kind of remember how I got there before, but I don't entirely remember. Oh, this is back in our house. Never mind. I don't have Molten Spike, I don't have Acid, we don't have Tools, I don't have Solemn Offering, or Forbidden Offering. Okay, at least there's shit to get. I somehow thought... I'm doing it. I was gonna save this, because I'm an ignorant goof. But I don't think I want to. Not that I know. Gain enough resolve from attacking enemies to activate powerful weapon ability, left bumper and right bumper. To do a thing. Hollowed sword, mechanical spike. Mechanical spike. Mechanical spike. No, I refuse. Whatever it said, I refuse. Fuck it. Nope, fuck it. Hey you. Do you have something to tell me again?
You're back, empty-handed.
Yep.
I'm afraid I have little to offer you without a plan to prepare.
Oh, that's what you wanted from me. I forgot. This person gave me the ability to parry. So we like them. Anyone who lets me parry is like, this looks totally different on the Steam Deck. Like, I swear to hell, this doesn't glow. That's the effect quality. It ducks it down so much to make it run. That is actually impressive. Okay, wow. Like, it actually succeeds in identifying places of improvement and actually pulls itself down actually enough. That is actually very uncommon. Actually, factually, smacktually, actually, actually, hacktivism to work. Well, but there's a thing, right? No, that's a light. Never mind. I'm still looking for bats on trees. That green thingy I want. That's a green thingy I can have. So there's a jumping thingy. There's a hardcore parkour to be had. Oh no. They've issued me a hardcore parkour. Oh no, how dare they? How rude. Is it the same run? It's the saying jump rather. Is there a jump? Did I forget how to jump? I guess this is the next thing. Is there even a jump? Can I jump? Should I jump? I don't think I can jump. This isn't it, right? No, this isn't it. The frogs will kill us. Like, they're little, but they will destroy us. They're little so they can sneak up on you and do horrible things to you. I greatly respect that of them. They're pretty cool. There's still no trees that, like, unless I see trees at the end of, this one's tulip. There's multiple paths in here, and I'm easily turned around and I forget stuff. But I'm pretty sure this being the top floor should be slightly to the right, no, the left of the front door. And I don't think I finished this area out. I don't know if it loops though. Oh. I just wanted to play instruments. I just wanted to play. What are you doing? Am I slow with it? Okay, I am. There we go. Sorry, it's like different games, different parry windows. Just gotta quickly lock the fuck in. That's a poison. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I have no more food. Okay, that makes more sense. No, remove quick slot and remove quick slot? What? There's multiple. Oh, remove and remove, and they're all... Can I sort them? I can't sort. Lame. Well, that sucks ass. Cannot be used. This weapon is already equipped. Oh. Oh. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I can swap weapons through that, I guess. I'm thinking. I don't know. That seems cool. Here. Practice makes perfect on our maxed out looting skills. You have got to stop trying to do that. Oh no. This is my favorite. This is my second favorite part of the game. My favorite is that the person that does your upgrades and level up and nonsense, they'll, like, they will legitimately just start swaying with the music, which is the most me-coded thing ever. So I just immediately respect and vibe with this. Like, it's impossible for me to not. It's like, I would also do that in your position. Just a little bit out of their range with this kind of attack is so fun for retaliation. I have no regrets. Acquired more items. More piercing damage. Resistance. So am I just like chilling? I didn't know I could just like risk an indefinite hold. I don't know if I acquired an indefinite hold. I didn't know I could even risk it. Rations. Just hit and parry to live. What great rules. Quite honestly, what great rules. Just hit and parry to survive. There's free health with each parry. There's free less time stuck fighting people. It feels good. It pays good. I like it. Oops. Early. Different attack. Attack. Early. I'm so lucky. Like, if that didn't land, we were about to be bodied. Which is fine. I just can't help but realize it. Oh shit, I did not see that. Like, I legitimately didn't see that very obvious attack. That's so wild. That is bananas. Oh, you know what? Possibly the parry. I possibly broke it on the Steam Deck because I was setting it to DX12 on a Steam Deck that would probably prefer DX11.
I've kept your flesh safe, foundling.
This person. They're the one. This person is the one that dances with us.
Taste the truth.
We love them. They're nice. They're awesome. I can't afford the Divine Tar.
Ready.
I wish I could. Like, if I could, I would. But I've dropped my upgrade money. Like, literally in the hole of shit. So, I just had my Steam Deck on throughout the workday. I wasn't playing the game. But I, like, moseyed my character out here. I took the loot out. I started just playing loot. I looked up after a while. I saw this character bobbing their head. I was like, holy shit, that's a me kind of thing. And then I was like, that's nice. That's all. I thought it was fun. When it happened to me, it was fun. It was charming. I feel like the other door is out here, because I feel like every other one I took was down. I feel like... Hold on. Good luck finding the frogs. Good luck getting killed by frogs. Unborn must be greeted with gifts, but gifts they will stow in return for unwavering loyalty. That seems to not be what I thought. Tits. Yeah, no. What the fuck did this do? Why do I touch this and then it just is weird? Chest is locked? Okay, cool. Thank you, bro. That's great. I wasn't in the least bit about to, like, I don't know, blisteringly yell about it or something. Totally. And the audio stops for the last area we were just in. That's wild. This hole I didn't try yet. So we'll try this hole. Boot from file. Different partition. Runtime patcher. Back. Setup utility. There we go. I have to go through it again. I'm pretty sure that, like, it's respecting my higher TDP setting, And then it stops respecting my higher TDP setting. Like, just because it's an asshole. I don't know. Because it's an asshole. Because it sucks. And then it's an asshole. Oh, this might be the way to the bats. Shit, bro, that was hefty. I just have to cut them. Like, I'm gonna have to do both, but clearly just cutting them is about to become paramount. I legitimately am just struggling with the parry timing on this. Because, like, I'm trying to wait long enough because the window of it being active is, like, kind of short. Not very short, but I'm just getting used to it again. Whatever. Most games it'll change shield by shield, weapon by weapon, so... I don't know. At least it's game by game this time. That's what's up. I'm here. I'm happy for that. Thank you for keeping my flesh safe. Finder of the foundlings. They're just keeping my flesh safe. That's so huge. No one ever offered to keep my flesh safe before. That's so sweet. That's so cool. That's huge. I wonder if I asked, would anyone have kept my flesh safe? Like, do I resurrect at a bonfire or somewhere else? This has to be the opposite direction. I ran through this. I came through this to get here. This can't be it. A little too close, a little too far, a little too bad. I knew I should have turned. I should have committed to that turn. I knew it and I didn't do it. That was scuffed as fuck. Oh, wait, hold on. No, ignorance. Stop the ignorance. Pause the ignorance. There you go, girlie. When I looked up and I'd seen how much I'd fucked up. And at that moment, she'd known she'd fucked up. Like, for real, at the time that I parried too early, was in that recovery animation, this shit was going to get us. Like, there was... I love that if you step on their loot, it makes music at you. What if I break it? No, there's a jump in this game. I'm just forgetting how to do it. And I know there is. Wait, this is the wrong game. Never mind. I'm legitimately misremembering and thinking about some other shit. That's wild. Okay, do we see bats? That's the big thing, is we need to identify, like, the road of bats. Okay. This appears to be the road to the bats. I know you don't see them now, and nor do I, but trust me, I've been down here before, and I'm really bad at this, so it's gonna be just fine. There, I found the bats. I went this way. Should be this. I don't like this. I'm about to like this. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna be able to boot foos and just no fucks given. I need cure for poison if I'm not gonna die through this, and I'm still probably gonna die. I'm just ignoring them. Fuck it. They're just a frog friend. I don't mean them any harm, and nor do they mean me any harm. At least hopefully. Fuck if I know. Oh no. Oh, fine. Did I really replace that? God damn it. No, loot in 1 because I need the music. Scriptures of Defiance. I have no idea what this does. Slurry. Ornate tokens. I'm looking for unlimited use items also. Consumable. I'm curious how I hold my weapons. I have no idea how this is gonna work. No. Oh no. No, just eat. I have to find out what it does. What? Okay. This can't be. Those can. Still don't know what this coin-looking thing does. Yeah, I don't know where they are yet, but I think they're getting killed by a frog, if I had to guess. Oh, worse. They are legitimately in the midst of hunting me, and I was winning by a fucking vertices. That's dope. Alright, that's what's up, man. This is back to where we came. I'm fairly certain this is back to home. I'm looking for anything we can loot. I'm dipping our asses out. It's down that way on the bottom, I think. I think I could be wrong. Alternatively, here is the bat tree. I've needed this the whole time. This is perfect. We just stole a rat on a stick from these dudes, because we go harder. I'm confused, but I think this might be it. I want to unlock all the character types first. I don't know. I'm a selfish bitch like this. I just want to. I can't help it. This looks like it's gonna be the thing. It looks like it's got stuff in it. Before I progress, please heal me. Give me my 35 health. I will take it. I'm very easy to deal with. Please just give me HP. Lovecraft. Did I mention I think this game's pretty swell? have multiple songs. So this is how I was able to get settled down, like, in front of this while I was, like, doing other shit. It's so cozy. Like, this, Stellar Blade Lies of P, Dark Souls 3. They're very cozy. Oh, Dark Souls 2 for Majula, but there's a lot of empty place with no music. Also, I guess, like, Hyde's Tower also. It's, like, also a very good place to sit for the music. You know, choosing to renounce all shells, forsake your connection to mortality. You will play the rest of the game without a shell. Your connection to the shells will be reversed, severed, and you will lose all progress made with your shells. I'm good. I didn't... Okay, cool. I want to do this. I want to collect the other shell first, though. Like, that's the thing. If I didn't want to collect it first, I'd do it. I just need to find how to get back here. Like, I can't get lost. I'm going to get lost. Let's see. When is it? Okay, cool. I was checking the time. I can mess around for a bit longer. That's the big thing for me. I do like gaming. For a bitch that has been mostly commentary slop all day. I still do not believe I'm incorrect about saying, hey, it's probably easier for us as people, oh, there it is, to, like, you know, heal offline and then talk about how we heal online, right? Like, it's not to say that you can't talk about growth. It is to say that there might be an appropriate way to engage growth that treats you well and lovingly and kindly, you know? Okay, cool. T-way. What the fuck? Clearly what I want's that way, or else they wouldn't be that way. Shit, bro. Like, brother, I had that coming. Goddamn. Like, their swing just takes me off a little bit. It's fine. It's just like, that swing. That swing is pretty cool. But it does come for me. Aggressively. And besides, I've, like, been literally playing the game for, like, maybe 40 minutes now. At most. I'm pretty sure we're good. Like, I'm gonna get scrapped and scraped. And it's gonna feel amazing. And it's gonna be so good. So fucking good. Okay, it was this direction this time. I might switch to the night, because I don't know what's different about all of these. Like, I really don't know. But just, again, this game runs on a lot, right? Like, if I'm talking about it running on a Steam Deck so gleefully, I know that isn't everything. But hot damn, on a Nidoran, that is such a cool thing. Health bar is much tinier, but it's a very knightly one. It's quite quick, it can run a lot. You know, I just realized we want to be at bats that are on top of something. We need the on-toppy bats, not the below-y bats. I can still try the same directions. I haven't seen other bats, and I've exhausted most others. Leave this. I think this actually goes back there. Because I've gone through here, but I think it takes us back. Yeah, we're back here. I panicked. Much like they get frozen when I hit them, or when they knock me out of our shell, I panic when they are close to knocking me out of our shell. I thought they were gonna double me. It took longer, but they did. pointing at them. Like, it is, like, I know that some games' perfect parries are directionality dependent. This one is, like, cool. It's not, like... Are you writhing? Do I need to kill you more? You're dead enough. Okay, so it's not like I have to, like... I still need to face in the general direction, but there's no, like, immediate perk for, like, more appropriate aim than, like, just the generalizing, can you parry, please? Just the general, excuse me, miss, could you try parrying, please, before you continue to rub your garbage off on everyone? You know? Just a good old, hey, miss, have you considered being good before you misinform fellow gamers?
Yes. Slowly now.
I can't afford it. $250. But I'm healed now, and all my shit's full. And I don't know, but that seems like the reason to talk to them. Besides, fuck having a kindling maiden. This person bops their head to the music, and that's an us-coded thing if ever there were. Okay, I wanted to do it shell-less. I don't know a way to shed my shell intentionally. If I could do that, that would be pretty cool. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm so sorry that the timestamps and the streams the last 2 days have been really scuffed as fuck. But, like, in good news, we're kind of a quarter of the way to getting me back to, like, uploading random, at least a segment some nights. I got ahead on some. It's not to, like, excuse me from, like, not trying in the moment, but, like... There's no better way to say worse shit could happen other than just saying... There's no better or worst way to say worse shit could happen. Because that's exactly what I'm pointing at. We're gonna go this way this time. Because this person walks towards, there's more. What? What? Just hit me. What? Bro, I do not, like, there is not enough fucking... There is not enough fucking what the fuck in the world for that. I was about to say there is no way, there is no way in fuck's hell that myself or Casey Tron could smoke enough fucking weed for that shit to make sense. I don't know what the fuck I just walked into. Like, holy fuck. What? The hitboxes, they just confuzzled me. The everything. The time to kill, the boxes, the everything. I wanted to try to get a swing off faster, but... That parry palliate just seems to come in so well. It just blacked out of my soul. Okay, at least at this time, it's for me having fun with mechanics, so I could never be mad at that. Let's see, I gotta hop off in a little bit anywho's, mostly so I can, like, tune my Steam Deck and it turns on appropriately. Also, so we can be briefly reaction Andy.
I've kept your flesh safe, foundling. Sip this.
I've kept your safe.
I see.
Found. I'll find your safe. I'll encephalate it. I'll encephalate your safe. Alright, we're not gonna amble with them as I should. I'm legitimately just gonna course through them. I am about to get offline in a sec. We're gonna be a reacty shit for a bit between. But between that and now, there's about to be a mad dash. And a happy woman. Happy woman, mad dash. GG. I'm sure that makes enough sense. Bat check. No bats. Okay. I'm proceeding way further down than I think I've been before. Music check. No music. Or there is music actually, but who cares. Chest is locked. I don't know how to do this yet though. I don't know how to unlock the chests. I'm not clever. I don't know things. I'm in a cave. This is not where I'd want to be. Huh? Oh, based. Free shit. Thank you. Pilgrim outskirts. Pilgrim outskirts. I don't see my tree. I think I've bit off more than I can choke on. Yeah, we're definitely gonna choke on this. That's fine. Okay. We're mostly back to just keeping our eyes up. I think at the moment we're running back in the desired way. So we're getting further into them. Not the chest, it's fine. What? Did I get turned around? This is too long for the other one. There's no map here. I don't know how I got here. We'll never know how can I play a loot inside? Can I mask inside? No loot, no masks? Darn. I can't teleport or play an instrument in a tight little hole? Then what reason is there to play an instrument, if it is not to play it when I am stuck? This looks like where I was supposed to come. I think I'm supposed to be, or no, we looted this already. Okay. It is interconnected-ish. Down there is what we got for our current armor. I think... I'm so confused. There's like... I know that this hole... Okay. When I feel out where this hole goes, I'm less confused. Fuck me running. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! You bastard! Fuck you! You bastard! Fuck you! You bastard! I will eat your mother. Does poison. Does familiarity gain immunity to poison for 120 seconds? Okay, I'm just gonna eat this again for now. I'm avoiding poison at the moment. I need to keep my eyes high. And eyes looking for bat friends. I need bat friends. I believe the bat friends. Did I come up here or down here? Y'all would not know this. Only I could answer this one. No, I already came from here. Fuck. Is this the start of the game? I'm so easily confused and lost, and I have a bad memory. Well, what? Well, what? Oh, fuck. If I move it to the Steam Deck, I might set up playing while you can see me while I'm still at the computer. Holy shit. Y'all, that was fucking bananas. That was absolutely fucking lovely. But holy shit. Sorry, I can't get from A to B without being a fuck up. It slowly tried to toss us into the fucking pip line. So let's look at it. Let's look at what the periphery says. That sounds fun. That's a later thing for me. This is now. Raid. Oh, hello. How are you doing? How's your day? How have you been?
This RL streamer's now facing.
What are you up to this fine day? What have y'all been up to? We've been playing a game off and on. We've been writing code and playing a game. Because I'm a loser like that, but it's fun. So my camera froze. Whatever. This game is fun. This is Mortal Shell. If you like Souls games, I found a really good one. Like, a really good one. Everyone else found it before me, but it's really good. Like, hold on. The combat's nice and hefty. Hold on, this is like, hi, I hope you're a gamer. I usually write like Python, but today I'm learning C#. I've had to like, I don't know, I'm learning how to do local language model nonsense for the first time. It's usually not been what I care about, but I'm having fun learning, especially because I don't care. It's like, I care because I don't care, and I don't, this sentence is cursed. I learned the most about things I don't have interest in, and C# was one of them, I guess. Like, I'd rather write Python, or C, or Assembler, or even Ruby some days, I thought. But it turns out I actually don't mind C# and it's kind of okay. Turns out it's okay. I think my favorite to like hope everyone gets time with is Lua, I think. Because like the folks who are learning Lua and are having to like, you know, the underpaid youth that keep Roblox afloat that have learned Lua are learning one of the most handy things in the whole fucking world. I want to read this. The hungriest is born burns his desire. He hangs seething as those below bow. Motherfucker. I love the damage. Like, I love how hefty all the hits are. And I love how quickly the game tries to dispatch me as a player. I think it's very nice. He hangs seething as those below bow low and supplicant. I can't. My mouth is mushing. My mush mouth is mouthing. He demands sacrifice, but his hunger. Oh no. Did I find Framped? Oh gosh. I found Dark Eater Framped. Basically. I kind of did. Like, I've been playing a few games that have been like from folks who have worked at like FromSoft recently. FromSoftServe is like releasing updates on like Dark Souls 3 lighting engine at the moment, so that's really cool. You get knocked out of your shell, you're just a dude on a run. You get back in your shell. You can harden your shell and become a rock. While a rock, you can take a hit. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm pretty new into the game, but this is exactly why I'm here. I'm looking for one of the characters that I don't have unlocked yet. I think we just found them. Nope. 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 Maybe. This looks like a trap. I don't like this. I can't walk backwards. I don't like this. I'm behind them. I shouldn't be behind them. I should be in front of them. Close. So I should have noticed this other shell on my way in, but I really missed it, like, horribly. Sorry, I like went and read something out of context from like a friend on a totally different thing and just completely broke myself. It's not this one. There's going to be a porthole somewhere. I like that it's... So, FromSoft gives us, like, blue backlights on a lot of interactable stuff, like ladders. This gives us no such thing. Yeah, I'm beginning to, like, really... Like, I had a stance yesterday that I feel like FromSoft giving clues, especially for, like, you know, your first play is so cool. The lighting engine, like, well, from SoftServe, who was working on lighting engine, mentioned how, like, the light took away from immersion, and I can kind of get that. But, like, oh my word, I'll just wait for it. So it kind of takes away. Oh no, it kind of takes away from immersion from some people, but like, with the lighting engine becoming more maintained, the ability to just turn off the torchlight on the character and like other nonsense is so good. Like, by the way, I'm under the impression that 2025 is like an amazing year for gamers who like combat games, especially like combat perfection games. Like, I don't know. Say that I've been like watching Asmon's shit for years without saying I've been watching Asmon's shit for years. Combat perfection game. There we go. That's how we accidentally fucking betray that one. Oh well. But I don't know. I've been bouncing between a lot of them. I think the biggest part for me is getting used to parry windows as they change. Cause like this one, for instance, it makes sense, it feels good. But like getting used to some of the parry windows here, and then going to Elden, where it's like per weapon, you ought to learn what your windows are. And that means like you as the aggressor, as well as the one trying to prevent damage from befalling. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? What? What? Okay. Getting in my shell. I'm under the impression that I'm booking it to get something. I was gonna play this and like play us out soon, but I get distracted. And I think the biggest distraction that I'm appreciative of in my whole fucking life is that, like, I think video games are pretty dope. And I think that's a good ass distraction to have. I think that's fine. No complaints. There's no way out. Wait, what? The UI to read stuff is a bit weird. This tells me how to get back home. Okay. So this is where I've passed already. I'm clearly have messed up. So I ought to be able to, not immortal, a mask. If I use this, do I lose stuff? Hold on. We're about to like boot between things or take on like 3 things at a time. I don't know which one yet. What's this down one? Like, I'm trying to also map the paths out as a person with like a terrible memory. I have no clue. I like there's 2 of these holes that like entirely just crash my brain. It's not this one, but there's one that I reached when I was running around. And I'm starting to now remember that I ought to have, instead of coming this way, gone towards the room with the giant... The boss that's already dead. Their room has, like, shortcuts, and I think I remember that way too late. Oh well. Like, my last little goal for the night, if I can weasel it in, is gonna be, like, acquiring the last shell. Because I might play this game in bed or like off and on, and that would be cozy. I want to play it. Like Mortal Sin is really fun to unlock everything in. No. I remember it showed them at the end of a path. The path looked like it had a divot. So I'm not opposed to briefly going uphill in order to find a down, I guess. That's a loop, right? I get distracted for a second in a thought like, that's a loop, isn't it? That's a loop, isn't it? Between this and Blasphemous, by the way, So between Mortal Shell and Blasphemous, I've been like really content with what we've had for gaming. Today my timestamps are really scuffed. Usually they're not really scuffed. Like usually I'm on it and it's not an abysmal mess. Today I'm messy. Today I'm messy as. Today I'm just unredeemably messy. But like usually I had to restart the stream like multiple times today because I broke things. Like, usually, no, the last 2 days were jank. The last 2 days as a whole were jank. Clearly, Healy's for the bros is the day I should go to. Clearly. Usually, I have really on-point timestamps with everything we react to. And, like, I'm just trying to figure out... I now know I'm not going to tag it here again. See, I know not to do this for a VOD of, like, an upload. But I'm on the fence about doing it for, like, literally in the fucking live stream, like, recording. Like, I don't know. Every one of them vampire. Today, my timestamps and description's gonna be scuffed as shit. Usually it's not.
36 years in Korean prison after spending the last 2 years of his life harassing and humiliating random people on the streets of Japan, Israel, and South Korea for his own.
I mean, he also tried to threaten to sexually assault a police officer in Israel and then, like, had multiple sex crimes against kids in South Korea. And only got off in Japan because he said to a judge he was gonna quit nuisance streaming for life and go back to school. Yeah. Yep. Oh well.
Content. Spending 3 months in jail in Japan, apologizing and saying, hey, he's never going to do this again, and then goes on to continue like nothing ever happened at all. And we've been covering his antics for a while, and it's already been a couple months since I went out to Korea for his first trial. And it's safe to say things...
Okay, that was pretty cool though.
Have only got worse for him, all while he spent so much of his time taunting and essentially challenging the Korean court system to do something about it. Because Johnny streamed himself being interviewed after his stunt where he got drunk and danced in his underwear in the early morning of Seoul.
I did it as kind of like a you to these YouTubers and the ones that are commenting on my downfall in Korea and how I'm going to get, the years keep going up. First they said, oh, it's 5 years, now it's 10 years, now he's going to get 20 years, now he's going to get 30 years. So I was like, I'm going to show you guys how far I can push the boundaries, and I'm going to show you that the Korean government is not going to do anything to me because I'm an American citizen, A. And B, I don't do anything seriously violent or crime. The Korean...
Dude, this man has ran around with a can of pepper spray calling it content spray. Yeah, respect to a meme. But this man, like, actually pointed it at people's faces and, like, begged... His friend had to beg him to not, like, point it at people and directly threaten them. So, I don't know, man. The way this man evokes content spray versus how, like, consenting adults in a home can decide to pepper spray each other is, like, wild. This man.
The legal system
this dude
is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be.
I don't know if that's, like, a smart...
Did he really just say weed?
Do anything seriously violent or crime. The Korean legal system is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be.
I don't know if that's like a smart thing to
No, it's not.
say while you're on trial. Obviously, we've taken a little break from covering Johnny, but now so much has happened that I feel like we kind of need
to... I'm here for the Johnny recap. I want to know what's happened.
Update the situation. Because now you have charges that are essentially just dropping monthly to his only friend now threatening another channel. It's also been...
I mean, so... The charges have been dropping monthly because the litany of charges against him are, like, quite long. So, let's see. He's pled guilty to one set of charges, right? Inclusive of disrupting a business. He would disrupt businesses. Let's see. Then, after this, he had to plead, I believe, to one of the, like, sexual offensiveness. I hate to say it so vaguely, but it's like, bro was listening to, he got a TTS. He's turned off TTS before. He's modded TTS before while he's been live and IRL. So bro got like sent audio of porn and it played in front of kids. I mean, this is after he asked a UK girl of 13 to marry her. Like, sorry. The grown-ass man asked a UK child to marry him. Sentences just became butchered. We're fine. Let's see. I mean, bro's a fucking menace. I don't know. He's an absolute fucking goofball. And, you know, If other nations outside of mine start producing lists of undesirables, and they do so by scouring certain live streamers and what their tags might be, I literally couldn't be mad.
Bring Johnny's phone.
Because Vitaly and Johnny have gone and fucked up our fucking shit.
I mean, this whole story just keeps on derailing like an extremely slow train wreck, which started as him trying to go viral, which turned into real crimes. He's harassed people on buses, blasted offensive messages, disrespectful cultural symbols, and, you know, just kept pushing things further and further. No matter how many times he got in trouble, he threatened judges, he made deepfake videos of other Korean streamers, then announced that he was going to go to court in a black version of a certain robe that involves a clan. And I'm not talking about...
Oh, so he never did that, by the way. He got to the roof of another place, and let's see. His neighbors looked at him like he was a fucking fool. There's that. Like, sorry, Hank's neighbors looked at him like he was being a fucking foolish goofball. So, I guess that happened. I don't know. That happened. That was some stuff.
Call of Duty trick shot clans either. I feel like so much of the stuff he does leaves me with the reaction of, why are you wasting your life doing this? What a fascinating use of free will. But obviously he didn't follow through with this. All that did was just show the internet that Johnny is a little bit more scared of these consequences than what he's letting on. Even though he doesn't follow through with being a moron, that doesn't mean he's not a moron. Because now it seems like he's looking at 10 additional years of additional max sentence time on top of the previous 26 years of max sentence time that he was facing earlier. At the end of the day, Johnny's story is a perfect example of someone who let chasing clout completely ruin their lives and dragged others like Hank down with him. And Hank, clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed, is now threatening another creator by the name of 15 Minutes of Shame, who's been very on top of...
Oh my gosh, no, Hank is, like, folks have raised that Hank might be, like, an easily exploitable person, and that's a reason why you ought not to do that, though Johnny seems to choose to. Like, it doesn't matter if you're easily exploitable when you do that shit. Holy fuck, bro.
Covering this,
like, it's when Johnny's been threatening people, like, historically we've had, like, Hank occasionally trying to, like, keep him from escalating a little bit, not a lot, but a teeny bit, like a very small amount, a minuscule amount that's barely big enough to fill a thimble, but it still exists. So
story. Here's a clip,
and it's worthy of, like, you know, saying thank you for.
Legal mindset showing those messages.
But you see this individual.
But now he's gone and done this shit. Oh, yo, he did this on Steam. They actually had this fucking conversation on fucking Steam. The thing that no one types on. Like, okay, I have a fucking group chat on Steam that I'm pretty sure is just there for, 'cause we can. Like, the fuck? Go to talk on Discord. Go text somebody. What? I'm sure someone here uses Steam chat to, like, talk. Like, Steam. If I said Discord, I meant to say Steam, whatever. They're using Steam chat, right? So I'm sure someone uses it. I've used it. It's just, it's shameable, right? It's like 6/12/2025, June 18th, June 21st. That's still too much fucking Steam history for chat.
Adrius is talking to Hank, sends over a video of 15 Minutes of Shame and says, why is this guy keep pulling this up in his video? So he's talking about, a video where Hank is mentioned. Hank the Tank says, 15 Minutes of Shame is absolutely obsessed with me. And the guy responds, yeah, I saw that. He says, LMAO needs to be, and I'm just going to use the word deleted because I want to keep it YouTube friendly.
So for those of you guys who don't know, that comment is coming from John.
Like, on one hand, if these boys just calmed their shit down, just took a bit, sat down, stopped gooning all day, picked up a hobby, entered martial arts, literally anything, like, I don't know, literally went to school like he said he was, that shit would be fucking bananas. But instead, we have him like he is. I hope he's happy with himself. That's wild. That is, like, poor homie. I say poor homie, he does bring this shit on himself. But, like, at the same time... Nah, he brings it on himself. Like, honestly, at this moment in time, he's known how to stop for so long. He chooses not to. This man knows how to stop and just chooses not to give a fuck. That's so wild.
Smiley's so-called bodyguard, or legal advisor or translator. He's playing a lot of roles here, but this is Hank. And what Hank said there isn't just disturbing, it's completely self-destructive. While South Korean law probably isn't going to prosecute Hank for the international threat against someone who's most likely based in the US, the fallout could be harsh on other ways. Hank has already lost his gym membership after the gym found out about his association with Johnny. And that's crazy because Hank needs to stay in there. But honestly, I don't even know if that's a real...
I mean, honestly, I feel like the gym should have kept Hank and banned Johnny. I'm not trying to, like, cover water for Hank. I'm just saying, like, I think, like, legitimately, I don't know. Just, like, if you keep him away from materially supporting his friend, then his friend fucks up without training wheels or brakes. And it basically fixes itself. Hank is now rid of Johnny being inappropriate, and Johnny is now rid of his civil freedoms.
Punishment in Hank's head. But clearly, any online behavior like this could easily lead to further consequences. His desperation is clearly showing. As with every threat, he digs his hole deeper. And I feel like part of him actually knows this because he recently also deleted all of his social media, which includes all content on his YouTube channel. And this channel used to be Johnny's only main outlet left to live stream on. And now it's been wiped. And for those of you guys who don't know, for months, Hank was Johnny's enabler, providing him with housing, a phone, streaming equipment, booze, and money to keep this nuisance train rolling. Because while Johnny's funds dried up, Hank kept the operation alive, becoming his sole support system. But now, the weight of that decision is really crashing down on him. This isn't just about embarrassment or damage anymore. Hank's closeness to Johnny's latest legal trouble has placed him in the crossfire. If you remember from my last video, I said charges are essentially dropping monthly on Johnny, and that's still true, because there's now a new crime that Johnny's being investigated for in South Korea, and that is the child harassment under the Korean Child Welfare Act.
I hate to say that you're welcome. You're welcome for mid, at best, a tepid mid coverage. Back to A to Z, man.
Specifically, authorities...
I'm like secretly pecking away at C# still. I'm gonna be handing off moderation of all of the chats, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, and then when I can, YouTube, to a robot. I'm not moderating it. Like, as much as people on Twitch think that Kick is toxic, it's the sweetest place. I swear to fuck, there's more toxicity per capita on Twitch than there is YouTube, and there's more on YouTube than there is on fucking Kick. I know I'm a fucking based take machine, but like, I still need to get rid of the bots that are like, hey, follow me on this platform. I'll do something for you if you give me money, and then you'll have engagement. Like, first off, I don't care. I can gleefully be a one viewer Andy till I die. I don't give a fuck. I work a full-time goddamn job. I get off work. I come stream for fun. I don't need them to help me with engagement because I don't give a fuck about shit.
Open investigation.
Except pausing this man when his lips are pursed.
Under the Korean...
That's the feeling, that's the expression Johnny puts on my face too.
Child Welfare Act.
Right.
Specifically, authorities reopened investigations into interactions where Johnny and Hank allegedly engaged in inappropriate conversations with minors on sites like Ome TV. There's reported evidence.
And that time that he asked that fucking poor girl, I think she was like a 13, 14-year-old girl from UK, like, to marry. They tried to marry, like, legitimately, Hank and Johnny asked children to marry them. Like, that's fucking weird, dude. It transcends weird. That's a fucking crime. But, like, also, in addition to being a fucking crime and inappropriate, disgusting, it's also fucking weird.
That both Johnny and Hank knowingly spoke with individuals they identified as minors during these streams. And the conversations were reportedly of an inappropriate nature. This is...
like, Johnny and Hank asking children to marry them. Yeah. That would be it.
Serious because under South Korean law, this charge carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison.
Here is the submission right here. Again,
South Korean law has no minimum sentencing guidelines like the States. So the States, you might get 5 to 10. From what I understand, you might get up to 5. As there's no minimum, you could go in for no time at all. You might go in for the maximum.
It's Ramzi Khalid Ismail. You see his name here, Ramaji Khalid Ismail, right, in Korean. You can see over here, once again, another one of the cover sheets showing his date of birth, as well as the...
My mom tried to get me to study Korean and Japanese so much when I was a kid. And I mostly hung out at, like, I went to a Chinese school, right? And I mostly hung out with people who spoke Mandarin, and I went to their houses. And so that's the only reinforcement I had with language. And so I'm a failure.
Location in Seoul. And you see both of these documents here together confirming they were submitted.
Now, before we go any further, let's clear up something that always pops up in the comments. People say, isn't Johnny already in jail? What's the big deal here? Jail is short.
No, he's currently told he's not allowed to make money. Like, he's free. He's on the streets, but he's told he's not allowed to make money. South Korean government says, man, you are not allowed to make money. He continues to make money. No, that's a him thing.
Short term. It's where you go before trial or if you've done something small. Think a few weeks, maybe up to a couple of years. That's about it. And that is if it even goes over a year, because normally if it does, it would be because, you know, the time waiting for the trial and then, you know, after the sentencing. But prison is where you end up after conviction. That's long term. That's the real deal. In South Korea, they don't like to hold people in jail pre-trial unless you're dangerous or violent. And he's not a violent offender.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's been holding up pepper spray and calling it content spray, threatening to spray people, he hasn't done it right. Like, he's wanted to. Maybe. But he hasn't succeeded.
He's just an obnoxious clown with a camera and a bad attitude. So essentially they just let him roam, rack up more charges, and give the South Korean government all the more evidence they could ever need. Because meanwhile, he's burning through his money, isolating himself, and making their job extremely easy. Just because Johnny hasn't been sitting in a cell this whole time doesn't mean the police are—
Okay, I know what to do. I need to edit my bit of moderation shit just a teeny bit. Instead of just sorting it, is this where I do result equals delete? Do I do my filtering here? No, this is the interface to push to it. And then it submits delete if everything else fails. Good night. You take care. Be well. Be kind to yourself. Good job sleeping before you got exhausted. Y'all are my good example. Thank you. Good night.
Clueless over there. It is definitely not because the courts are soft, it's because South Korea's legal system is playing the long game. Locking them up pre-trial, that costs taxpayer money. They'd rather let Johnny just pay for his own ramen, his own water, his own booze, and his own miserable existence. Or well, honestly, at this point, it's probably Hank that's paying for all that. And this is all while they build a rock-solid case against him. So they're
little tangent, right? So, how do I put this? There is so much discourse over if Hank and Johnny are dating, and I don't give a fuck. But I think it would be cute if they were.
Himself self-destruct on his own dime, and honestly, it's working like a charm.
I have sacrificed my finances.
It would be cute.
Johnny ran out of money.
Don't you lie, you know it would be cute.
Hank is done. He's broke. The money's dried up. He's been begging for cash online, complaining about being kicked out of his gym, cut off by businesses, and rejected by companies who don't want to be anywhere near this disaster. And now, he's scared. Scared that fallout is going to hit him. Scared that supporting Johnny has destroyed whatever reputation and stability he had left. All while prosecutors keep stacking charges. And Johnny, instead of, laying low, he's doubling down. He's made more deepfakes. He's threatened judges. He showed up late and drunk to court. I don't know how stupid you could possibly be, but this guy just keeps impressing me. If you tried to write a fictional character that self-destructed more than Johnny, that would actually be a challenge. And also, just to add on the self-destructive behavior, it's been confirmed that Johnny has been using fake accounts and posing as multiple people on different platforms, like Discord, to discredit creators who are covering him, yours truly included.
Johnny has fake accounts.
What? Oh my gosh. By now you'd expect him to be doing like AI generated fucking shit of him. Like, holy shit, man. You cannot tell me that this man is not, like, he's already in trouble for doing like AI generated, so it counts as pornographic material in South Korea to make yourself kiss someone as an affect of like your media, right? So my point being, it's like, I'm trying to type, stub. I forgot how to type. We're fine. We're good enough. Anywho's. So this man is like going around doing things, which I'm gleefully hoping become forbidden everywhere, which is AI generated materia of people kissing each other or anything else. Like, it's 2025 and I have to already accept that most people who stream are likely going to be victims, myself included, to someone making AI pornographic materia of them and having to dispute this. And like, it would be nice if there was policy to dissuade it. That's all.
as multiple people. Obviously, there's fake profiles of me, there's fake profiles of Atozi, other people. Now, some of you have seen this, and some of you have not seen this. But remember, what's important is that we have confirmed that every single thing has been received by the sole prosecutor's office.
And I guess these accounts are basically just trying to derail ongoing investigations by clouding the digital trail. But clearly, it's not working. Legal Mindset confirmed that every single piece of footage has now been officially submitted and accepted by Seoul's prosecutor's office as evidence, including older clips from the US. And at this point, prosecutors in South Korea are moving forward. The case is at a step 2 in their process. The investigation is underway, evidence has been collected, and they're now determining if it's strong enough to hold up in court. That doesn't just include Johnny's offenses in South Korea, it also pulls from his documented behavior across the US and Europe. Meanwhile, more disturbing footage has resurfaced, including remarks made by both Johnny and Hank.
What?
Pulled from his documented behavior across the US and Europe. Meanwhile, more disturbing footage has resurfaced, including remarks made by...
I don't like that I have to fill that in, because I'm online too much and I react to too many lolcows. And I have become abreast of too much shit today.
both Johnny and Hank
I'm gonna let that go till he fills in some context.
Towards people in France, Mexico, and Korea. And in another major legal escalation, a victim has now filed a formal petition for severe punishment against Johnny, which could lead to an aggravated sentencing range if the court accepts it. Because according to Korean law, these petitions have to show a clear harm to the victim, attempts at reconciliation that didn't work, and a lack of remorse. Well, that's not hard to prove.
And even to this day, he is still
He made money from it. Ooh, shout out to 15 Minutes of Shame. What a fucking homie. Also, it's always kind of broken me that, like, okay. So, the person trying to parody Legal Mindset as Lolly Mindset is, like, telegraphing their interests on Maine, and that's weird. But also, Johnny has been hiding behind, guess who his avatar is? Oh my gosh. It's Mr. Sex Trafficking Man. Mr. Tate. Anywho's. So, he's got, like, lowly mindset and lowly mindset of parody of Legal Mindset, and little Rabbi Somali is Andrew Tate. I somehow think that these two are just telegraphing what they're into. Maybe they can tell us that we're wrong, but they talk about it so much, I think it's what they do. Like, you have to, like, remind me that shit exists for me to fucking manage. Otherwise, I'm sitting there like, doesn't everyone want the best for everyone else? Don't we all just want to be friendly? Can't we all just get what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Holy fuck, man.
Insulting South Korean people. No
I did pause at a weird place.
Statue is safe. So he clearly doesn't care and has no remorse.
Yeah, it's safe to say John...
I mean, is he or Hank the ones managing the parody account Lolly Mindset?
His own behavior continues to work against him. He, again, is his own star witness against himself. He is his own worst enemy. And if this petition goes through, Johnny could be looking at a minimum of 2 years for obstruction and up to 7 years for the deepfake charges. And of course, it doesn't stop there. There's been 4 previously unseen videos dropping showing him harassing workers and tourists at Seoul's North Tower. And these were filmed before he went viral for getting punched. And they show him blasting music, shouting about having HIV, and filming without permission. Then finally accusing tourists of racism when asked to leave.
I want to take a cable car down. What is what? What is what? It's a phone. What? Why not? I see many people do YouTube here. I can't do YouTube here. Many people do YouTube here. It's in my face. Relax. Relax, bitch.
Honestly, it's just crazy how he allows someone to donate $2 to have a chance of ruining his life. It's actually...
Honestly... Like, yeah, I don't even have TTS on, but I'm pretty sure if I did, like, I'd probably start it at, like, not $2. Y'all can drop 10 or 20 on that. I don't like random shit screaming at me. Some random old broad. Why are you trying to scare me? Put a heart attack in me? Nah, you gotta pay for my future heart pills if you do that.
Impressive how self-destructive he is. But he deserves everything coming his way because this is what he does for content.
Why are you shaking your hand? You racist? You don't like black people?
Or alternatively, let me automate it with a robot, which is going to take time.
No, I don't.
Because I stopped paying attention a lot.
What country are you from? You don't need to tell. You better back up. What's up? You want to touch me? You want to touch me? You want to go? You going to get
You better watch your Euro ass up. You better watch out, Euro. You better watch out. I'm from America. You better watch out.
I mean, the dude is.
Maybe this is an America thing. Like, I just have to sit on the desire and not engage it to, like, throw a man. Is that an America thing? Seeing Johnny Somali and just wanting to throw him? I'm not gonna do it. I advise no one do it, but I'm just curious. Does anyone else who's not in the States look at him and just want to huck him across something far and long? There's no way to do it. I have weak, fragile, frail bitch bird arms. Okay? I can't even throw him.
Pathetic excuse of a human being. Thankfully, the dude he was harassing is winning in the end because Johnny is currently being wombo.
It's like I unpaused it, pathetic excuse for a human being, and it's like that nothing more accurate could be said about me. Bananas.
Comboed by the Korean system.
Damn, I swear to God, Europeans, they hate Americans, bro. Oh, it's French. Oh,
bro. Like, literally everyone just hates you. Like, everyone is over racialism, colorism, ethno-nationalism, nationalism. Everyone's over that. Like, we're all chilling. This man alone is the one tripping. Like, maybe I'm a little wrong sometimes, but like, I'm pretty fucking solid and sure that like, this man is a unicorn of fucking up and crashing out on Maine.
now it makes sense. Nobody likes French people, bro. I don't like them either.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad at this point. And these could easily add to his obstruction charges or lead to a 9th charge under South Korea's child welfare.
Like, I got accused of crashing out once for declaring my boundaries. This man gets accused of crashing out for fucking threatening to spray people in the face with fucking pepper spray.
Or public disturbance laws. And on top of that, Johnny's platforms are disappearing left and right. I mentioned that he was banned on Kick in my last video, but it now seems like YouTube is removing his streams as well.
But there is one live stream that's missing, and that is the live stream where he just came back from court and he decided to go live with Hank. They reviewed the court video, they gave a couple updates, even though he lied about quite a bit. Anytime Hank is in a video, there will be hate speech. So that was the video that was taken down. Now you might ask yourself, how do I know that it was taken down for hate speech? If you go on his channel, it says the video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech.
Money is flying out the window faster and faster here, and it looks like 10 years could get thrown at Johnny and even Hank here if the authorities find what they're looking for. And I mean, let's be real, we know there's enough of a digital footprint online to give them the stuff to find. It's pretty much inevitable at this point that he's going to do some time. Like, this is not ending with some slap on the wrist. And every time he opens his mouth, every time he makes another deepfake or threatens a judge.
I mean, the deepfakes, I hope he'd stop. Him threatening judges, as long as he remains a non-violent offender who continuously screws his life up, like, I mean, for what it's worth. At least it's content.
Or shows up to court late or drunk or however he decides to show up, he's really not helping himself at all. So just as a recap, because I know there's going to be so many charges at this point that it's hard to keep track of, Johnny is charged with obstruction of business. That's count 1. He pled guilty to that. You have a violation of Minor Crimes Act, which is essentially a misdemeanor. He pled guilty to that. And then you have another violation of Minor Crimes Act, which he pled guilty to that as well. You have an obstruction of business charge, which he pled guilty to as well. And then you have a deepfake violation. He pled not guilty to that. Then you have another deepfake violation, which he also pled not guilty. Then you have another obstruction of business charge, which he also pled not guilty to for some reason. And now we have the violation of the Child Welfare Act, as that investigation is currently in progress. So here we are. Things are not looking good for him. And Hank is a cautionary tale. He backed the wrong guy. Now he's broke, scared, and trying to figure out where to climb out of this wreckage, because this is just an absolute nightmare for this guy. And this is all while Johnny has another trial date coming up in August. So hey, if you guys want me to go out to South Korea again, drop a like on this video. If we get to the ballpark of like 75,000 likes on this video, I'll fly out again. And also,
oh, that's going to be done tonight.
I haven't mentioned this in a while, but we've dropped a bunch of new collections over at matt.city, including
nice.
Salt.
Yo, okay, so I want the soul one so I can like learn to point at the Western versus Eastern District Court, because those are relevant for the current drama.
So if you ever wanted a nostalgic toy car mat or mouse mat that's like
I've never had one and I'm kind of getting gassed up about it.
That covers your whole desk. This is the LA one though. You can feel free to check out my company matt.city in the description down below, as that's another great way to support the channel. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. Y'all, thank you for hanging out with my undeserving bitch ass. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same bad place, probably earlier, and without the stream crashing 10 fucking times. But for real, thank you all for hanging. Thank you all for being epic. Thank you for being you. Thank you for the outstanding company. I look forward to probably reporting back tomorrow to say the bot works, but I'm gonna be honest, like there's a billion things I've got to do, and it's like item number 7 in a list of like 10 priority things. So thank you all for your time. Thank you for your company. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being you. Be okay. Be kind to yourself. You're appreciated. You rock. Bye. Boop.